Hey everyone, how are y'all? Crime Sleutin, how are you tonight? Hey Dan, how are you? Catherine, how are you? Cat's Meow, how are you tonight? Hey sweet Melissa, how are you? Wilby, it is good to see you as always. Betty Joe, how are you? Dan, you don't know how long you can stay awake tonight. Don't feel bad. I don't either. Like, I am super exhausted. I've had like 7 hours sleep in the last 2 nights. Just Don, how are you? All right, y'all don't forget to put your chat on live chats. Hit the thumbs up if you have not done so. And Nightbot, as always, is slacking tonight. Sweet Melissa, it's cold here too. We're under like a hard freeze warning starting tonight at midnight. Summer, how are you? All right, email is pinned to the top of the chat if anyone needs it. It is currently 31 degrees, freezing here. It's supposed to get down into like the teens tonight. I am so over all this cold weather. All right, let me go ahead and grab the link. Betty Joe, is that normal temp where y'all are at for like this time of year? Seems like the whole U.S. or at least the 48 states are just being hit with crazy weather here lately. Well, Dan, you don't have to watch crime shows to come up on panel. You can come up anytime and just join in whatever conversation we're having at the time. Just on, it is currently 31 here. Next week, though, is supposed to be in the upper 60s, almost to 70. Like, Mother Nature needs to get her stuff figured out. Big Al, how are you?
What's up?
I am tired.
Tired and cold.
Yes,
That's another fine mess you've gotten us into.
that I've gotten y'all into.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
What's my fault?
It's cold. I decided. It's all you Southerners. If you won't stop whining about how cold it is, it won't get warmer.
You saw this mess. Hey, Mr. Rosebud. Mr. Rosebud says it's negative 20 where he's at.
Yeah, we're not that cold here.
Jeez. It's supposed to be in the 60s next week. Like,
Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 30s here next week.
the weather is very bipolar.
Yes, and so am I.
Crazy. We'll be in Crime Sleuthing. How are y'all?
I'm good. How are you?
I'd be better if I had some sleep.
Hi guys.
How are you, Debbie?
I'm
What's
good.
up,
How are
peoples?
you?
Hey, Avery. I'm doing all right. I'm literally running on 7 hours of sleep in the last 2 nights.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wanted to sleep in this morning, but got woke up at 8 o'clock.
Oh my God.
I'm not a happy camper. I can tell y'all that. Hey, Liz, how are you? I hear background wind. Anybody else hear it?
I hear wind.
Is somebody driving with their car window down?
Not me. I'm inside.
Wilby, are you breathing into the mic?
I don't know. Maybe it's different. Is that better?
Wait, hold on. Stay where you're at. I'm gonna cut you up now on my end.
I just moved my. I just got a new headset. It might be where it's
Okay.
catching me.
Okay. Hey, Glowbug. All right, I got you cut up on my end now.
So I just found a clip of an interview that Christy and Steve Gonzalez did,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know the date on it, but you know how we used to kind of wonder, where Murphy was while all
Mhm.
this was happening, and a lot of people thought that maybe he was crated in Kaylee's room.
Yeah, he wasn't.
In this, yeah, well, you probably know more about this than I do. Then it says that Christy's talking about how Kaylee had backed her car to the door and had loaded a bunch of stuff in it, including
Uh-huh.
his crate. His crate was in her car, as well as her purse.
Yeah, I heard something about her purse was still in her car and that she had the crate there with him, but people were wondering why she didn't have him in it that night and all that. Which, I mean, he was probably used
Yeah.
to sleeping in there without a crate anyway, so.
Yeah.
Hey, Libra
I
Moon.
just thought that was weird because I guess I missed this interview. I was like, what? The crate was in the car?
Yeah, I didn't know that it was in the car, but I had heard a while back that he wasn't in a crate that night. That he was just running loose in her room. And that's why I always thought that maybe
Yeah.
she originally was going to go to sleep in her room and might have heard
Mhm.
something in Maddie's
Yeah.
room and got up and went in there. And that's why he was left out of a crate
Right.
in Kaylee's bedroom.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think she originally went in there.
Okay, Lady B, no problem. JC, how are you?
Hey, Lady V.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Hi, JC.
Huh?
Say
I
hi,
don't know.
Hello.
JC. How you doing?
Good.
There's still a lot of questions I have about this case, but there's just been, I don't know. I was talking about this earlier in Discord. Like, there's nothing new on any of these cases that we've been talking about, and it's almost like it's the calm before the storm.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get excited. I mean, it's
Because there's, and not saying that we want to get excited over
Yeah,
a new case
somebody get
popping up,
hurt.
but it's just something new to talk about and put information out about.
We just do a very good job of keeping up.
Yeah, because I've seen some people that's talking about like stuff that happened a week ago.
Right.
And maybe that's just how they schedule out their lives with the stuff that they talk about. I don't know, as soon as it hits, like, I got to get it out that day,
But with this Idaho case, though, like, there's just so much to it that, like, there's so many.
Well,
What?
as soon as
Well,
as soon as something new hits in Idaho, I come straight out with it that night.
Yeah, there's more questions than there are answers, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, that is true.
And I don't think all of the questions will ever be answered.
No, it won't.
And most of the questions we have to wait for trial. So it's like, oh my gosh.
Have you talked about this? The motion to seal, and then now motion to unseal.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
And then the
I'm gonna
motion
end
to
up.
seal the reply, but they want to unseal part, but not all of it. It's just so weird. Like, I don't
They
Yeah,
want
understand.
it's
to
like-
pick and choose
what
what
they're
they want to
thinking.
unseal is basically what they're doing.
Yeah, I went over that the other night, and it doesn't make sense. They want everything sealed to begin with. Hey, Jamie, how are you? And then they come out and say, well, we want this unsealed because it doesn't fall under the rule, which is fine. If it doesn't fall under the rule, it shouldn't be sealed. But why seal it in the first place? But then try to blame it on the state for the reason why they asked for it to be sealed. And then say, well, Brian, acknowledges that the public has the right to know what's going on, and then 2 days later come out with something else that they want sealed.
Yeah. They want their motion unsealed, but then they want to
So-
leave the state's objection to it and their reply to the state's objection sealed.
Sealed, right?
Like, what? Make up your mind.
And
people.
also the gag order.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's mostly though the judge on that part with the gag order.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of lawyers pushing paper to me, and none of it's really that interesting,
I
to be
mean,
honest, for me. But
it makes for a boring read though. Whenever
Exactly.
a new document comes out, and I mean, I have read every single document that has come out, even the long ones I have read on here when they first started coming out with 40 and 50 page documents. I've read every one of them. So even if it comes out and there's one that's a page long, I'm still going to read it, even though it's a boring ass read.
oh, I will too, but
It's annoying though that they come out with something and everything is sealed, motion to seal, motion to seal, motion to seal, and then all of a sudden something comes out that they don't want sealed because they say that it's
Motion to unseal.
or a motion to unseal, and it's because it doesn't fall under the order. Well, why even ask for it to be sealed, but then try to blame it on the state that you had it sealed to begin with? Libra Moon, no, there wasn't anything that came out today. Betty Joe, yeah, let me grab it for you. Yeah, I looked one more time before I went live because a lot of times they will drop document links late in the afternoon.
What I thought was really weird about their motion to unseal is this paragraph that reads, Mr. Koberger sought sealing of his filings solely based on email communications with the Layton County Prosecutor's Office, stating they wanted the filings sealed. Are they saying that Brian was emailing with the prosecution office? Because that's what this says.
Hold on, let me go back so I can pull it up. Motion to unseal.
Why would he be emailing with the prosecution?
I don't think it's him physically that's emailing them. I think it's the state that's doing it, and they are just wait. Why the hell? Hold on. I don't want this up here. I don't think it's him physically that's doing the emailing. I think it's his attorneys on his behalf. But that's just like whenever they put documents out and it says comes now Brian C. Kohlberger. I think that's just how they're legally wording it.
Yeah.
Because they're doing it on his behalf. Is the
It
reason
makes
why
it
they
sound
put it
really
in there.
weird, though, why they said Mr. Koberger sought sealing based on email communications with the prosecutor's office.
And I mean, the prosecution's not going to talk directly to him because his
You would
attorneys
think
are not
so.
going to allow that.
Exactly.
He's not going to be the one emailing them. It's going to be the attorneys emailing the prosecutor's office on his behalf. And it's basically like he's the one doing it, but it's actually the defense team that's doing it. It's just, I think, the legal wording of how the documents have to be done because it's his case.
Right.
But yeah,
Gotcha.
I mean, they're basically saying that the reason why they done it is because the state wanted them to do it, and they had to hurry up and do it because time was running out to get it to ask for the seal. But what I don't understand is if it doesn't fall under the code or under the rule, then why was it allowed to be sealed in the first place?
Exactly. It should have never been sealed.
Right. From the jump, the judge should have came back and said this doesn't fall under the rule, so therefore we're not going to seal it, and just left it how it was, instead of having to push more papers and waste more money.
Taxpayers
Yeah.
paying it.
Yeah, because every single time that they do one of these documents, because they're public defenders, the state gets charged for it.
Yep.
So
And the
why do it
taxpayers
first?
are paying it.
Right.
like I said, pushing paper.
That's, I mean,
It pays well.
hey Grammy, how are you? I mean, that's all they've been doing here lately. Is just it's nothing but paper pushing, and that's why I said earlier, like, there's nothing new on any of these cases that we've been talking about. And like the only newest thing that I have found today, y'all, was a timeline in Donna I's case, and that's it. And other than that, it's like the calm before the storm. It's very calm. It's been very quiet. And I'm just sitting back waiting with my ice cream for something big to pop off.
For it to explode.
This whole Kansas City fans thing came out, which I think is super sus. That case there. And then you've got the Donna I case, which she has now been found deceased. And there was an arrest. Still have not confirmed if the guy that they arrested was actually involved in her passing away. And so it's just boring stuff right now.
Yep.
It's it's because everything's waiting to go to trial, or
Yeah, because I mean,
hasn't gone
honestly,
to court yet.
yeah, I think I don't. What the hell is my book at? Y'all, I've done lost my book. Where is it at? Oh, here
The
it is.
cat took it.
Yeah, I had it laying on my bed under some stuff. I think the next court thing that we have coming up in January is next Friday when Brian goes to court.
Brian's trial thing. Yeah.
Yeah, his hearings that he has. So I mean, everything else is just, and after that, you've got like Major John Kaler, who has a pretrial conference that Monday, and then Chad Daybell's supposed to have a motion hearing on the 30th. But I mean, it's honestly, January's been kind of boring. Hadn't been a whole lot. That's why I'm ready for some of these trials to start. That way I can start streaming during the day some. Because Adam Montgomery's the next trial that we have
Well,
coming up is Adam Montgomery,
Scarlett,
February the 6th. Yes.
there is a new thing about Scott Peterson
Oh God.
that I think is a little crazy, but
Yeah, I think the dude's completely guilty. And I don't understand. I don't think with the Innocence Project, be it they're
I
a
was gonna
nonprofit, I don't think that they would take the case if they didn't have something
I
that
know
they
that's
knew could possibly get him off.
I know, and that's crazy to me.
Right. Because like I said last night, if the Innocence Project comes in with this new evidence and they get him off and they can prove 1,000% that he is innocent. Hey Scott, how are you?
Then the other person is out there.
Yeah, this other person's been out there
It
since
has
it's
been
happened
for
all these
22
years.
Yeah.
22
But-
years to be exact now.
But you also got to remember that Scott Peterson told his mistress a few days before Lacey went missing that his wife was deceased and that was the first Christmas that he was going to spend without her.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden she comes up missing and then they find her and the baby in the water.
Yep.
I bought
He
I
did
bought
it.
her book
He
when
did
she
it.
came out with it. Amber's Witness.
Oh, I haven't read it, but I did read the book that came out. I think it's called Lacey Peterson or something like that. I did read that one.
Mm.
I read it a while back, but I didn't know that she had came out with a book. But
Yeah, Amber has a book called Witness.
I'm gonna have to go find that one now. Okay, it's
one
the
of the
same
best books
info. Okay, Jamie said it's the same info about the robbery and seeing her walk the dog like we have heard before. But see, Jamie, I didn't. Okay, when this case happened back in what was it 2002?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had just had my daughter. So I had a newborn baby. My other two kids, my older kids, which was 3 and 2 at the time.
Oh my god.
So I had 3 small kids. I remember when it happened. I remember listening to the news about it when they found her, and all this and that. But if I heard about a robbery across the road from her, from their house, I don't remember it until it was mentioned last night.
I remember a lot of it.
So
The robbery,
remember the-
the
I
robbery
remember
wasn't
the robbery
mentioned
thing.
right off the get-go.
it was what, Betty Joe?
It wasn't mentioned right off the
Okay.
get-go. It was like, what, like
Mm-mm.
a month or so later?
Okay, so that might have been the reason why. Was it mentioned before she was found, or was it
Mm,
after she was found? Because
um,
that might have been the reason
thinking
why
it
I
was
didn't hear about it, or I
thinking
don't
it was like
remember it.
maybe like a week or so before she was found.
Okay.
I don't understand how they can find
But
him
see,
innocent though. They
Hey,
have
I'll be right back. Y'all go ahead with your conversation. I just need to mute for just 1 second.
I just think they have so much, you know, evidence and everything that I don't know how they can go back on some of it, but
unless they got hard evidence proving
new
he did
stuff.
not do this, he did it.
They need they need to be going finding out who did. Just like OJ Simpson.
O.J. Simpson did it.
Well, I mean,
He just
but
got away with it.
he got away with it, but you know, according to them, he didn't do it. So who did?
Okay, I'm back.
I don't think nobody believes he didn't do it though.
Exactly.
Those
I
jurors.
think
did.
everybody feels like, well,
I
they
mean,
screwed that one up. So
Well, the
well, yeah,
jurors
you got to
had
figure
found him innocent.
when they made him put that glove on, he
Wait,
has
who are we
hard
talking about?
OJ.
OJ now,
Oh, okay.
When
Damn,
they
I
made
believe when
him-
we're talking about
Sorry.
Scott Peterson.
When they made him
they
put that
declare
glove
you
on,
not guilty. They don't declare you innocent.
when they made him put that glove on, he had arthritis. He was taking medicine, and they stopped him
Yeah.
from
And
taking
they
it.
stopped him from taking it.
So his hand swelled
was
up. Of
swelled
course,
up.
it's not going to fit in
Yeah.
that glove.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I was young when the OJ trial happened.
Oh, I
I
watched
was
that whole
so
entire trial.
oh my god, I was
It's
so
the first. It's
sick
the
of
first
it.
trial I ever remember like being interested in. You know what I mean? Like I was in.
It was like the first one I remember even ever being televised, and I was just like, why the hell are these people with this trial on my TV every single day, and I can't watch anything else because it was on every single channel.
I was
My
in,
mother
I was
taped
in.
on
I was in
VHS
fifth grade.
tapes every minute of that trial.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
I watched the
gosh.
whole entire trial.
Wow. It was that and Days of Our Lives for me at that time.
I'd have much rather watch the soaps than I would the OJ trial.
I used to watch One Life to Live and All My Children.
I was in fourth and fifth grade when it was going on.
I was just,
Please.
I was over it for sure, for real, y'all.
I was
funny.
obsessed with Days of Our Lives. I mean, seriously obsessed since I was a little girl. You know, I was raised on it and I was totally into it. Great show, right? I literally walked away from that show the day that they turned Marlena into, I think it was like a black cat or something.
Oh yeah.
That was the day I just was like, F that, I'm done. I just walked away. I was like, you guys have just lost your damn minds. I'm out of here. I just quit. Totally never watched it again after that.
Yeah, I never did watch anything like that.
I have my crazy limit.
I used to watch.
I just
You too,
remember
JB?
how floored I was because we were in the lunchroom when the verdict came in, and one of our teachers went to came up to the top of the stairs of the lunchroom and just yelled, "Not guilty!"
Yeah.
And
Oh
we
my
all
God.
just looked up at her, and we all just looked at each other and we were shocked.
I mean, you knew he was guilty, but when
Yeah.
you try to make somebody put a glove on that don't
Take
fit
their
your hand,
I was more of an MTV person when they actually had videos,
Me
music
too.
videos on.
oh yeah.
I was just watching
I-
on YouTube earlier an old episode of, do you remember the show Remote Control?
Yes.
God, I
No.
love that show.
Yes.
Love that show.
I don't remember that one.
That was a fun show. It was all about, trends and music and what was cool.
Oh
and,
yeah.
it was fun.
I probably have seen it, but I don't remember.
Very fun show. But that was like the peak. Everything was downhill after that show for MTV. Then
Everything's
they brought
gone
in the
downhill.
Yo MTV Raps and all those shows, and it just
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I still watch some of it, but some
Kurt
things that come
Loder.
on there. But
Yes.
I don't watch any TV hardly anymore unless there's like a good series that comes on.
I've been
Yeah.
binge watching a show on Netflix called 6 Feet Under. It is crazy, and I'm loving it.
I don't guess I've ever seen that one either.
You guys, I will say this: Hulu is coming out with the new Death in the Dorm series on February 22nd.
What is it?
It's a series called Death in the Dorms. They have
Oh yeah,
one season of it with like 6 college students
yeah.
unalivings.
Mhm.
But a new season is coming out February 22nd.
So is it like a true story type
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. It's
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
yeah, there's Andrea Del Vesco, Yardley Love, Katie Autry, Michael Dane, Christian
You're talking. I know who you're talking about. He was murdered at his apartment with his girlfriend and his friend. Is that who you're talking about? Andriacchio, Christian
No.
Andriacchio.
Nope, not Christian Andriacchio.
Okay, it's a
Christian
different one. That is an interesting story, the Christian Andriacchio story.
So I
Um,
was obsessed with it. Like I watched Kendall's entire documentary on it. I've watched every creator's video on it. Like I've researched.
I still think the friend and the girlfriend.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think he did
What's
it.
her name? What's her name?
What's her name? I done forgot her name now. I watched. There was a thing because my husband had found there was like a documentary type thing that they had on it, and it was.
It's called Apartment. Kendall's documentary is called Apartment 801.
Okay,
and
no,
she did a great job with it.
This was Netflix, Hulu, one of those things. They had it on there, and or it might have been like Core TV, one of those type of channels that had it. And I had to take, I think, my aunt to the doctor, and so I was sitting out in the parking lot and watched it, and it was just like from the jump, it was obvious that the girlfriend and their friend had something to do with it, and he didn't do that to himself.
That's like the Lifetime. Lifetime's supposed to have Gabby Petito's story.
Her name was Whitley.
Yes, that was it. And the Gabby Petito thing, there's the movie or whatever it is that's out with. Did they have the other people playing as Gabby and Brian?
Mm-hmm.
I won't even watch it.
I wouldn't watch that.
It's not even out yet, but I seen the thing for it. It's like it's not even worth watching.
Yeah, I don't like looking at pictures with Brian and Gabby in them. I didn't want to watch the video of them in the grocery store that day when they're walking around. I don't like seeing them in pictures together because I know what he did to her.
Yeah, and if I was the Petitos, I'd sue Lifetime.
It's very disgusting and very sad to see them in pictures together, knowing what happened. And then you've got.
Are they just wanting to get money out of it?
Who?
I don't know who even gave them the rights to make it.
I don't know.
The Petitos are suing the Laundries now, so
yeah, they should.
They should.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that they are.
In my opinion, I think the Laundries need to be in jail.
Them and the attorney Bertolino should. All of them should be, because everyone knew before he ever came back what he had done to Gabby.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey Avery, how are you?
What's up, homie?
Avery.
And I see my husband is here.
And I'm in the middle of you two. Oh my
God, gag me with a spoon.
I'm over here. I'm staying out of
it. Willie says not tonight.
Scarlett, I was wondering, can you play the trailer for the new series coming out for the Cyber Sleuths on the Idaho floor?
What?
I don't know if I will get struck for that.
Well, what if you play it and stop it every 10 seconds for commentary?
Yeah, you can review it.
Because you guys are going to die when you see who all is in this freaking series.
Just don't
when
mention.
did that come
Wait a
out?
minute. What is going on? What is this about?
There's a new series coming out on the Idaho 4. It's going to be on Peacock
Paramount?
or Paramount.
It's Paramount.
And yeah, okay, Paramount. And they put a trailer out for it. And when you guys see the, you guys just have to see it.
Well, what's
Is it
called?
comical?
It's called Cyber Sleuths.
Hold on, I'm fixing.
Cyber
Let me get it
Sleuth?
pulled. Let me get it pulled up over here.
Oh,
Has it came
goodness.
out yet?
I think it comes out February 3rd, I think.
Yeah, this is just the trailer for it.
But when you guys see this trailer, yeah, ugh.
Give me a second though, because I need to drop. I need to put this link in my description real quick before I. Oh, man, dude, I hate when I go to things on here and then it starts playing a damn trailer for the YouTube channel. Jeez.
I went and when the first 48 hours, put out that special on Idaho 4, they had their trailer, right? And I thought, okay, I can surely play the video, just none of the audio, and just narrate it myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not
Right.
for 48
Nope,
hours.
they still struck me.
Yeah,
Oh,
48
yeah.
hours will.
Because 48
How
hours,
did they know?
they're embedded. They have everything is copyright embedded. So it's a bot
So
that
even if
alerts.
it's just the audio, even just the video,
Yeah.
They don't
'cause
care.
it's
it
a
was only
bot.
like 2.5, 3 minutes.
Everything
Okay.
on a computer is nothing but ones and zeros.
Mhm.
If they
Yeah,
have
that's
the
true.
ones and zeros, all
Correct.
they have to do is look for it.
No, when
Yeah, because
when
48
Scarlett
hours.
when Scarlett plays this, let's just remember, our house manners and not bash other creators.
Oh, no.
Right. Right.
However, if I
So am I gonna have to hold my
hear
phone really hard?
if I giggle, don't take
I
offense
just
to
watched
it.
it. I'm trying
Oh,
to figure out what's the
oh,
big
just
deal. I mean,
just you wait, will be just you
I
wait.
just watched it.
I'm just worried about because this is Paramount Plus's YouTube channel. If they're gonna do something, and then I have to go back and edit my damn video.
Well, how about you just put the link in chat?
Yeah,
and
can
then
you put it in
People go
back
on
chat?
it.
People
And
watching.
then just let everybody
No.
just go watch it for a minute and come back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
you
I'll
could do
do.
that. Yeah.
Hey CJK, how are you?
I want to
Okay.
see this.
Okay, okay, so it's called Cyber.
One of your best friends, Deb, is in it.
Oh my god.
What?
Ew. Okay, Bat Chat, what are you talking about?
It's a creator.
I figured that, but who? Put it
Yeah,
in Bat Chat.
Michelle, I'm not going to
You're gonna have to go.
because they
you'll
can
have-
come back and just even do a copyright claim, and then I have to go back and edit the whole damn video and take it out. So I'm gonna put the link to it in back chat. The video itself is only 2 minutes and 17 seconds long.
And what's it called?
It's called Cyber Sleuths: The Idaho Murders Official Trailer.
And it's gonna be a series. It's not like a movie or a one show type thing. It's gonna be an actual series.
I think it's going to be very interesting. And see, I got rid of Paramount Plus when Big Brother was over with, but now I'm going to have to get it back so I can watch this.
Oh, I still
Yeah.
got it, so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the trailer. Let's see what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah, I still have Paramount added onto my Hulu. So
Well, that's where I had mine at because my husband found where he could get like a deal on it, but I only kept it long enough to watch
Yeah.
Big Brother and then like the reindeer games or whatever through Big Brother. And then after that, I got rid of it because I don't need it anymore
mhm.
until next summer when Big Brother comes back
Ah.
out. So, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to find out when this comes out because I do want to watch this.
It does look really interesting. That trailer, I have to admit, it was pretty badass.
Right.
Especially the way they threw up all those different faces of content creators talking.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of TikTokers. There's
Yeah.
several different YouTube creators that are on it.
But I had no idea that they had so you apparently some of these YouTube creators are better at keeping secrets than we know, because I had no idea that Paramount has been sitting down with these people and recording, you know.
They probably had a contract saying that they could not discuss it
They
before.
probably had to sign an
NDA.
NDA.
So,
Yeah.
so that person, used to be a friend. I just wanted to say I wish her the best of luck. I think she herself is good.
What is it? Cyber
Separated
sleuth-
from the
sleuth
other
what?
person. Yeah.
Doesn't
Good
it
for
look
her.
interesting?
Yeah. I
It-
mean, hey, congratulations.
Mhm.
Get on a series like that. That's amazing.
I
What is
really
it?
would.
That she's not the one though who made me giggle.
Oh, okay. I'll keep watching.
I don't even
Yeah.
know. what's-
JLR is the one who made me giggle.
Y'all, I can't.
Oh man, I just I unpaused it right when that came up. What?
Yeah, JLR is the one who made me giggle.
Oh my
But I
God.
like JLR, you know? That's the thing.
He has really grown on me.
But it's just so funny to
Like
see
a
him
fungus.
Well, I won't. I'll keep my words to myself.
like a toe fungus.
I was
Anyway,
thinking
what's
more
it- what is
testicle
it?
fungus.
Cyber sleuth what?
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta exit off.
Big
of
Al,
here.
Mama's gonna get mad at you.
Avery.
Bobby can get mad all she wants. That dude's a dickhead. I don't like him at all.
Avery.
I do like his like when he's like boots on the ground with stuff.
Yeah, me too.
It's just because he shows everything. Hey, Princess Megan, how are you?
Scarlett,
I'm convinced when
swear,
his
the man
boots are on the
must
ground, there's a
have-
butt plug up his butt.
He must have a private jet or something because he is just like all over the place.
Well, I was strolling through YouTube and like yesterday or day before yesterday, he was doing a live and he was at home. And then I was scrolling through YouTube today and he's out at the border in South California.
Well, okay, so I will say that one time I busted him. I did a video on it because I was like, JLR, why you be lying? He had put out a video showing himself. He was like, oh, breaking news. There's all these cop cars on Taylor, you know?
Mhm.
And however, if you went back to his live from 2 weeks prior, the same exact footage was in his live. Exact footage.
So he just put
He
it
clipped
out.
himself. He put it out 2 weeks later.
Yes, so
okay.
he's just like breaking stuff up and
I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wasn't there to me.
I was like, why you do that?
But
Tell
the
the
thing
court,
is,
yes.
like when he was in Idaho, I think it was the first time he went up there for the Idaho 4 case. And that's when we saw the car that had passed by the gas station.
Yes.
And if you look on the map from the gas station to where the girl's house was, it looks like it's several minutes, 10, 15 minutes away from point A to point B. But when he went to the store, he tried to interview the employees, but they wouldn't do an interview with him. So he got in his car and he did a live as he left from the store and went to the girl's house. It was literally 3 minutes. And
Yeah, it
it was
is.
just how that's what I like, because like I said, if you look at it on a map, it looks like it's further away.
Can I confess something to everybody?
What's
Guess who
that?
else has really grown on me?
Who?
I can't believe I'm going to say it. Mad props lately to Gray Hughes. His
I haven't
videos
watched him
he
in a
has
while.
been putting out here just very lately have been really, really good.
He did
He
a
puts a good
about a-
visual on the timeline as well.
he did about a 24-minute video yesterday on the Idaho thing, and it's all tied to the
Directly to the
absolute
PCA.
information. And if you watch it when you get done, and you don't think that they have the right guy, then I don't know what will convince you.
He really made a lot of sense. There was only one part that I didn't agree with. He says that there was like a 9-minute window where they don't like detail any movement in the PCA, and he theorized that he actually exited and looped again. But I don't personally think so. I think he just sat behind the house watching.
He may have,
Again,
but
if he's the guy, then that would have been my assumption that he was just sitting there watching, and then he made one more loop.
Betty Joe, I'm gonna send you the link in Discord, okay?
right.
Michelle's like, "Ooh, gross."
That way
It's
you'll
Sorry.
have
I
it.
heard
I can watch it.
allegedly
I believe in
that.
giving credit where credit's due, you know, whether I particularly, you know, like somebody, but I'm not going to bash the ones that I don't. They already know.
Yeah,
I heard
I mean, I know
allegedly
that
that.
everybody has different opinions on different creators, which is
Yeah.
it's fine. I just don't like the bashing because it causes unnecessary drama
Right.
Yeah. You
within the
don't bash
chat
them.
because there's some people may like them, some people may not, and it just causes drama between the people in chat and then with the creators. So
Right.
it's just
Yep.
better not to because I mean there's a lot that I like. I don't have a whole lot of time to go and watch them all. That's my problem. Uh,
I
shit.
watch a lot of lives that I miss or videos. I don't really go back and watch lives on rerun. Nobody has time for that. But I will like if I see an hour-long video, I'll watch it on like 1.5 speed. Everybody's talking like a mouse, but I get through it in like 20 minutes. Catch up, you know.
All right, Betty Joe, I'm sending the link to you now. I sent it to you in a private message on Discord. That way you'll have it whenever you
Okay.
want to go to it. And it's in back chat if anybody on panel needs it. And also I can drop it in the chat again.
It's kind of impossible to keep up with every single channel that that you favor. I mean, you would literally have to just be like sitting on YouTube
Yeah,
all day
there's no
long.
way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And
I can't do that. I used to, but
so
I can't.
yeah, so that's why like this is just like my main one that I watch because I
I
would
mean,
be y'all,
I
I
don't
would be so
even
fat if I just sat and watched all day
I don't
long.
even have time to eat and sleep, much less try to catch up on everybody's lives
Yeah,
that they're
no,
doing.
Yeah.
I can't do that either.
Hey,
I just
Mom,
watch
how are you?
Scarlet. That's it.
Hi, Meta Mom.
Which I hate because I would love to be able to drop in somebody's live here and there. Which when I was scheduling my thing, I dropped in the experts tonight for a few minutes and said hi to everybody. But I mean, I literally I just don't have time.
I don't even get notifications for some of my very favorite channels, you know?
Some people were saying on mine they wouldn't get notifications, but I think you have to.
Yours are 50-50.
Mine are.
Yep, I get half of them.
Usually, what I was told is you have to click completely off the notification thing, and then click back on it.
Yeah, turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah. Hey, Margaret, how are you?
I usually get it when you schedule it, but
Mhm.
almost never get it when it starts.
Oh wow. And that's why I always tried my best to schedule it at least 30 minutes or even further out than that before I go
Oh.
live. That way everybody will at least get the 30-minute notification.
That's because YouTube has a limit on how many notifications they'll send out on your behalf each however many hours.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, well, that sucks.
I just for Scarlet, I just look at and see if you're gonna go live, and then I about the time I go to check to see, and I go to my subscriptions and then see if you're in the red, and if you're in the red, you're on, and here I am.
Yeah, usually somebody in Discord will ask if I'm going live, especially if I haven't gotten it scheduled by like 9:45. People will ask, if I'm going live that night, and I'll let them know. But if I'm not, then I usually try to let them know as soon as I realize that I'm not going live. Jujubee said they always get my notifications.
So Scarlett, I
too.
finally figured out Discord.
I told you it's not that hard once you get used to it. Took me a little while to figure things out, and then once you get on it and go from a computer to a phone, that's where the fun really starts.
I do
Oh.
mine from the phone.
Yeah, it's completely different than a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
that
little
I-
bit easier because if you want to make a reply, you just hold down on the comment and then your little box will pop up. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I do it on my phone. I mean, I got a laptop. I don't know why I don't use it.
Yeah, I mean, you can see good now, Betty Joe.
I don't know. I'm so used to my phone.
see, I know you go live almost every night now. I just have to find the channel. Yeah, Aaron, there's a few nights here and there. Like the other 2 nights that I didn't go live is just because of the weather and I was exhausted. And the one night I got stuck at my aunt's till 1 o'clock in the morning and didn't make it back in time. So, and I was honestly, didn't know if I was going to go tonight. Hey, Miss Ninja. I got to remember y'all, Miss Ninja's Kelly.
Oh my gosh.
But I was contemplating on going live tonight because, like I said, I've only had like 7 hours sleep in the last 2 nights, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna come hang out with everybody tonight. Because when I don't go live, I miss all of y'all.
Yeah, I have nothing to do if you don't go live.
Yeah, there's literally nothing to do on YouTube.
Yeah,
if you're not here.
if you're not live and I'm not at work, it's like I just go through and like watch other old videos and
Yeah. Well, I knew that like
play games and stuff.
I'm dead ass tired, but I knew that if I tried to lay down this early, I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. And so I was like, just on it, I'll just go live and go hang out with everybody. So I will be nice to Kelly tonight.
The baby's
Hi,
asleep.
Chi-Chi.
She's been asleep.
I almost timed out the ninja name just because. Just so you know, Kelly, I almost whacked you just because.
We seriously, we should have caught that last night.
I caught it.
But I honestly, when you said to go look at the channel and then her name is on there, I honestly thought it was somebody stalking her on YouTube. Like I was very upset about it. That's why I screenshot it and sent it to her. It was like, look at the name on this channel. And
They actually got your name.
Yeah. And it kind of found out it was her the whole time. Is there any update on Harmony Montgomery's case? Dan, Adam's trial is supposed to start February the 6th, but there's 2 different charges. There's an assault charge, and then there's the charge for, is it 2nd degree he got for her death?
Yeah.
And he refused to go to his hearing that he had the other day. And him and his attorney is asking for 2 different trials. They basically want the 2 charges severed from each other and have a trial for the assault charge and a trial for the murder charge.
Yeah,
Whether the judge is going to give that to him, I don't know. I think it's just that would be a waste of money to have 2 different trials.
And that's what he wants.
Right.
He wants
I mean,
to waste
it's
people's money.
And they're basing that off of the fact that Kayla, his estranged wife, gave them some information on stuff that she had saw and things that when he would do stuff to Harmony. And I don't want to repeat it because it's kind of violent and she's basically a baby, and I think it would be a waste of time. Basically, the charge, whatever's going to be said, if they had 2 different charges or 2 different trials, one for each charge, whatever's said in the assault trial, it's going to be said in the murder trial.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of having 2?
Yeah.
Or more than likely, if they were to sever it and had 2, the assault one is probably not going to last but a few days. So why not just do it all together and get it done and over with?
Yeah, that's what I agree with.
So, hey, Gigi. So his jury selection starts on February the 6th. I will say this. When these trials start, I will stream them during the day. If there's anything on any of the other cases that we're talking about, I'll go live that night. There may be some nights that I may jump over to the other channel and go live and just hang out over there, since that channel doesn't exist.
Look at you being all responsible and planning for 2025 already.
You got jokes, don't you? But
Wow.
I am working on something else for another, and I don't want to say the name on here, but another place. I'm still trying to figure something out with that, as far as like StreamYard being used. I think it can be used over there, but I need to make sure first before we start doing that over there. But if I can get it up and running over there, then there will be some nights or maybe just during the day when nobody's doing anything, we just go over there and hang out and talk about whatever.
Scarlett, did you ever talk about the case of Haley Dunn?
Haley Dunn.
Hmm.
No, when did that happen? I don't even
believe so.
remember that name.
So it was a while ago. She was, I believe, she was. I want to say she was 13 when she went missing, and she went missing from Colorado City. Well, they finally made an arrest. Well, then I think it was 3 years later, they found her remains. And then
Uh-huh.
they finally made an arrest. They arrested her mom's boyfriend. Well, I didn't know this because we've been so wrapped up in the Koberger case. But
I've heard of it.
this past June, they dropped the charges against him. And they said that he's still their suspect, but they had to do more work. And
Yeah, they
then,
didn't have enough evidence.
hmm and nothing has happened since then. I just didn't know if you had ever covered her case or not.
No, I just looked her name up. It says Haley Dunn, a 13-year-old outgoing 8th grade student at Colorado City Middle School in Mitchell County, Texas. She was a cheerleader, active in sports and band, and on December the 27th of 2010, Haley was last seen leaving her mom's house to go to a friend's house, but never arrived, and her disappearance and murder remain unsolved.
Yeah.
Oh, I have never heard of this one.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so they arrested Sean
Adkins.
Adkins. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
They had arrested him finally, I believe like a year ago or 2 years ago. It wasn't too long ago.
I think it was a year ago.
So there's an article that came out June the 28th of 2023 that
Yeah.
says the state explains reason for dismissal of Sean Atkins' case, and I'm moving it around on my screen now so I can pull it up.
It's just wild to me that they arrest. It's kind of like the Suzanne Morphew case with her husband. They arrested him.
Right.
You know, they said they
Yeah.
had enough, and then they had to drop the charges.
Because they didn't have enough.
And I totally missed this because we were so wrapped up in Idaho.
I can't believe that Barry was released.
Oh, they're going to get him.
Okay, so the state filed a motion to dismiss prosecution without prejudice, meaning that the state can refile the charges at a later date.
Hmm.
So the story of Haley Dunn has taken many twists and turns, but ever since an arrest was made in the case, the twists and turns seem to be over. But on Monday, a new twist spun the Haley Dunn case into a spiral when the man arrested for Haley's murder was released from jail. The 13-year-old Colorado City cheerleader Haley Dunn went missing on December the 27th of 2010. Well, like 2 days after Christmas, y'all.
Yep.
Her remains were found 3 years later in Scurry County, and for a while, the case stalled, growing colder and colder by the day until June of 2021, when Sean Atkins, Haley's mother's live-in boyfriend, was arrested by the Texas Rangers. According to his arrest affidavit, authorities believe he struck Dunn in the head with a blunt object and intentionally tampered with her corpse. Atkins was indicted for murder by a grand jury and awaited his trial, and after spending 2 years behind bars, Atkins walked out of prison as a free man after he was indicted by a grand jury.
Isn't that mind-blowing? 2
that is-
years behind bars.
Okay, so documents obtained by News West 9 reveal why Atkins was dismissed. And it says you can view the documents yourself at the bottom of the article. So the documents explain that further investigation is needed in order to prove the elements of the offense beyond a reasonable doubt. Then how was he indicted by a grand jury?
That's what I'm saying. Like, we were so wrapped up in Idaho that this one slipped right past me.
Yeah, me too, because I've never heard of this.
Well, I was following it, back. I remember because I was actually in the hospital and Jaden was in NICU when this happened, when she disappeared, and I had always followed the case, and I knew that an arrest was made and everything, and I knew it was the mom's boyfriend, but I didn't know that the charges got dismissed and he was let
Well,
out.
they got dropped, but they
Yeah,
can recharge him if they
Yeah,
come
at
up
a
with
later
more
date.
evidence.
yeah,
But
Okay,
he's
so,
been out ever since.
yeah,
yeah.
It's been since 2023. Yeah.
yeah.
It says the prosecution still views Atkins as the primary suspect. However, additional work must be done before the case can proceed to a jury trial. The documents explain how this is a complex circumstantial case. Several leads and potential evidence were collected and worked with for over a decade. This includes cell records, and even a polygraph test, not mentioned in the documents. One of the pieces of evidence involved a soil analysis conducted by a soil expert. Work boots of Atkins were obtained with a high degree of chemical similarity with soil samples collected from the remains site. The soil samples were sent to an FBI crime lab where the forensic scientists determined that the soil sample from the boot did not match the soil samples near Dunn's remains. So that would have been the reason why.
Right. Until they can come up with more evidence, then they're not going to charge him.
Wow.
But he's
Hey,
still their
Kelsey.
primary suspect.
Right. So when Dunn's body was found in 2013, a forensic anthropologist observed blunt force injuries to her skull and determined the injuries to be inflicted at or near the time of her death. This would have likely resulted in significant bleeding. While multiple searches of the house were conducted by law enforcement, there weren't any forensic testing done in the house in the immediate aftermath of Haley's disappearance in 2010. Why didn't they do forensic testing in the house?
I have no idea.
This
That's
Well,
this
this is
was
the complete opposite of the AJ Armstrong thing.
yeah, this case right here is so wild. There has been so many.
I see the twists and turns they're talking
Yes,
about
yes.
just by reading this article. Okay, so, all right. So, according to the documents, before the case proceeds to trial, that evidence should be thoroughly tested to determine if it has any value. Another major piece of evidence was the cell records and cell tower records of Haley and Atkins. After analysis of these records, on December 27, 2010, Dunn sent a text message at 2:16 p.m. and 2:27 p.m. At the same time, Atkins cell connected to a cell tower in Big Springs, Texas at 1:53 and 2:40. Atkins also took a call at 2:56, which connected to a cell tower along I-20 east of Big Springs, but west of Colorado City. A minute later, an incoming call to Dunn's cell phone connected to a cell tower in Colorado City. So these facts show that Dunn might have been alive before 2:57 p.m. on December the 27th. There's also issues with the timeline. The day before, on the 26th, Haley's brother spent the night with two friends, returning home on the 27th at 5 p.m. When he got there, according to the document, he talked to Atkins, and Haley was not there. At 6 p.m., Atkins left and picked up Haley's mother from work in Snyder, Texas. Atkins wasn't alone again until the following morning. So there's discrepancies in the timeline then between her and him and where they were at and
Mm-hmm.
all this and that. So putting all this together, the document says that if Haley was alive when Atkins arrived at home, he would have been alone with Haley for at most about 2 hours from 3 to 5 p.m. This would mean that Atkins would have had to have murdered her, cleaned up any blood and any other incriminating evidence in the home, and hide her body in a relatively short amount of time. While not impossible, it brings more challenges given the prior issue. But he was still indicted by a grand jury. That's what's crazy. Like, they presented evidence to a grand jury that indicted him on this.
It
Well,
gives a little credence to that whole they can indict a ham sandwich.
Right.
That you've always heard.
well, just because it was indicted
Jane,
doesn't mean that they proved that he was guilty.
That
yeah.
is true.
Jamie, Texas chick in your chat, she said that this happened right near her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff, and many wanted the mom arrested as well. I can't believe they didn't do forensic testing in the house.
Yeah,
I
I can't.
know.
I don't believe that part either. I can't believe it.
That's a huge piece of evidence. The house. Well,
Hmm.
why not do any testing on it?
Because she was left with him for 2 hours. You don't know what happened.
Right. So it says here in the conclusion section, the document states that there is no direct eyewitnesses to Dunn's murder, nor any known current forensic science evidence directly linking Atkins to the murder. Due to all these factors, the current state of the evidence is not sufficient for the prosecution to proceed to trial. The prosecution believes that additional investigation is needed. Although Atkins was dismissed without prejudice by Mitchell County, prosecution still considers Atkins their leading suspect. And maybe with the additional investigation, the case of Haley Dunn can finally reach its end. And if you want to read the documents for yourself, they are below. And I will there should be a place I can grab a link right here. Oh, shit, I don't want to do it like that. Okay, let me get it off the screen, and then I'll get the link, and I'll post it.
That's
Wait.
crazy.
Yeah, that is... I see the twist. Like I said, just reading that article, I see the twists and turns and all that in it.
Well, that's just like the Barry Morphew. They dropped the charges, but they dropped them without prejudice, so they can recharge him.
Right. And how long was he in jail when they arrested him?
Who, Barry?
A year?
Yeah, I think it was like
I think
a
it was
year.
a year or almost 2 years.
I think it was a year. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
something like that. But see, they didn't have enough evidence because they didn't have her body.
But now they do.
Now they
it.
have her body.
Right. So now
Yeah.
they're gonna do their investigations and all that, and he's gonna be charged again.
And don't his daughters believe that he's innocent?
Yeah.
Did I read
Oh, yeah.
that?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
They have stood by him.
But
So
you
what
can
is-
see it. You can see the smirks in his face. It just it's like he's telling everybody, "I did this, and I'm getting away with it."
I mean, that's just like Chad Daybell's kids. Like, I don't know if all of them believe that he's completely innocent and he didn't do what they're saying that he did to their mom. Wait, is my internet trying to go out? But I mean, her autopsies came out. It has not been made public, but I'm sure they have got to read it. So when all this evidence against Chad Daybell is presented to a jury and he's convicted and he gets the DP,
Yeah.
what are they going to do?
They're gonna have to believe he did this to their mother.
I mean, it's crazy. Dan, have a wonderful night. I get it. A kid doesn't want to believe that their parent could do something like that, especially to another parent or to even.
That's common.
I get that, but
At first, didn't the girls believe he did have something to do with it?
I think it seems like.
And then they changed their mind and said, "No, my dad didn't have nothing."
Kids do that a lot when they lose one parent to unaliving, and it looks like maybe the other parent did it. You see over and over again that kids
they'll
hold on to the
flip-flop
belief and gravitate towards the living parent and want to believe they're innocent, and
right.
Even get up and declare, "I don't think they're guilty. I think he's innocent."
Well,
I think that's just. I think that's a natural emotion that.
I think so too.
That they go
However,
through. Go ahead, JC.
I was going to say, however, look at Letitia's daughter.
Who?
Letitia's daughter,
Couch.
who testified. What was her name?
I didn't follow
Harley.
the case. I couldn't tell you.
it's Harley.
Harley. Yeah, she testified against Letitia.
Yeah, well, because she knew her mother.
But I wonder
Eventually,
though.
she came to the conclusion that her mother did do it.
Okay, so Harley's the daughter that rode down to Florida with Letitia.
Right. And she had no idea that Gannon was in.
The
Okay,
suitcase.
That's what I was going to ask. If she knew.
No, she
that
had
he
no idea.
was-
Wasn't Harley like 12? or
No,
15 or
she
something
was
like that?
7. I think she was like
She was driving,
17.
wasn't she?
I think she was like 17.
Okay, so she was a little older, but yeah. Um, but Lori has the DP, right?
Lori Vallow? No, they took the DP off
No.
the table. No, and in
Oh my.
Arizona, Arizona is a capital punishment state, but the current governor put the DP on hold.
Oh
Yeah.
my lordy. Oh
So-
my lordy.
Whatever she gets, whatever her sentence is in Arizona, as soon as her trial is done and over with, she's going right back to Idaho to finish out her life sentence.
Yes. They'll
Now-
just add that to whatever she's got.
Right. And now she did in the beginning, she did have the DP, but there was some stuff that the state didn't turn over to the defense in a timely manner, and the defense motioned the court
To
for a
take the
hearing on
DP
it.
off the table.
Yeah, and said that because it is a DP case, the trial is coming up. We don't have enough time to properly prepare with this new evidence. We need to, you need to punish the state for this. And I
That
say,
was
let's
the
take the
punishment.
DP. Right. So, I mean, the judge, honestly, he really didn't have a choice. It was either take
Right.
the DP off or give them a continuance. And yeah, I mean, she's either way,
Yeah.
she's spending her life in prison. I would have much rather her have gotten the DP, but Chad still has it.
I was gonna say that Chad still has it though. That's
Yeah.
But okay, so
Avery.
who- but my question is this. This for me, it kind of comes down to: was he the mastermind or was she the
No,
mastermind?
I think she was.
I think she was too.
I think that
See, and that
Lori.
doesn't- That's what doesn't make sense. Is like she was the mastermind, DP off the table. He wasn't the mastermind, DP on the table. Like,
Well, he also did what he did to his wife, so
Yeah, so that is added
She didn't-
to it.
so Lori didn't have anything to do with Tammy.
I'm not
Yes,
saying
she
she
was-
didn't, but
I think the part of her trial with Tammy was conspiracy
yeah.
on Tammy's part. But see, with Chad though, the DP is not going to be taken off the table with him. One, he was there when Tylee and JJ
Yep.
were deceased. He did that to Tammy himself, and then the kids were buried on his property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so they have phone records showing where he was at on his property that day, along with Alex, Lori's brother.
Yes, I saw that part.
So I
so that's
fully think that Lori wore the pants in the relationship,
yeah,
and
yeah.
she had Chad wrapped around her finger. If she said
Mhm.
jump, he wanted to know how high.
Yep.
And she controlled Chad, and she controlled Chad and Alex. Well, no, she controlled Chad, and her and Chad controlled Alex.
Yep.
Is my opinion of it. And I think that they had something to do with Alex dying, and they put Zulema, Alex's wife, up to doing it because the statement that Alex had made about that they were going to let him take the fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they exhumed Tammy's body to do the autopsy, the next day Alex dies. And I don't know if they thought maybe he was gonna talk. He did what he did to Charles Vallow, and it wasn't self-defense. And maybe they thought he was gonna talk, or because of the statement that he made, and so they had to get rid of him too. Because honestly, Lori, she had no problem getting rid of people.
Apparently not.
I mean, she had Tylee's dad is deceased.
Yep.
Charles.
Alex.
Yep.
Tylee, JJ, and Tammy. So, and they tried to get rid of Brandon Boudreaux.
Yep.
Which is the niece Melanie's ex-husband.
And I think she should be put on trial too.
I do too, because the only way that they knew where Brandon was that morning is because Melanie told Alex.
Yep.
And who did you say this other lady is that did what she did to Alex?
Zulema, that was
his wife.
Alex's wife. And she was
And they
in
put her up to doing it to Alex?
I think they did because Zulema believed the same way that Lori and Chad did. And she was married to Alex, and she
So
was into
is she in jail for it?
no, but she testified against Lori, and I'm pretty sure she's going to
And that's
testify
what
against Chad.
So they gave her a thing.
They didn't
I'm
do
pretty
anything.
sure. I mean, she was never a suspect in his death
Nope.
because it was said that he died. Was it a blood clot or something like
Yeah,
that? Like it
said
was
he
a
had a blood
natural
clot.
bleed. So it
Blood
wasn't.
clot due to a
Well, she was.
Due
Zulema
to whatever
was.
she did.
Yeah, she was into all of that herbal, spiritual,
Yep.
all
stuff.
these different things, you know. And she very well could have given him something that caused that, and they,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but they never said
They
that.
can't like prove it.
Right. And so she was never a suspect. Now, Melanie Gibb, Lori's friend, I fully believe that she knew what happened to Tally and JJ because the weekend that JJ died, she was at Lori's apartment.
Mm-hmm. I believe she does too.
And Alex left Lori's apartment with JJ and then came back and Melanie testified that JJ was asleep on Alex's shoulder. I think he was already deceased, and Melanie knew that.
Yep.
Can you guys explain to me how people can go for years knowing what happened in a crime and
not say
never
anything?
say anything? Because I
It's
can't
beyond
imagine.
me. It's
I
beyond
told
me.
on my own self for accidentally going through the turnpike toll thing for the thing without paying.
Without paying.
I mean, people who can do that, they have no morals, they have no conscience, they
Nope.
don't care about other people but their own self.
They don't have no heart. They don't have no soul.
No,
They
they're-
just don't care.
If you look at Lori Vallow and you just look her dead in her face, you see a soulless, heartless
Evil.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you see. She does
And all
not
she
care.
do is like smile and laugh at you.
Yeah, and
Don't
she, with
laugh
her
at me,
little
'cause
smirk, and she's more worried about how she looks in a courtroom
Mhm.
than the fact that she's on trial for the death of her two kids. And she sat pretty that whole time in court until those pictures, and even that morning, she was in there, and they were showing pictures of JJ when he was found.
Yep. And then
But
she
then-
wanted to
yes.
leave court.
Yep, they go to lunch, and then she's throwing a fit during lunch and don't want to come back in, and the judge told her she's going to come back in. And
She didn't want to see the
Right.
pictures.
well, she
No.
she should have seen them.
And the judge is like, "You're seeing them, girl."
Yeah,
You're
Oh yeah.
seeing 'em.
He
told
said
her.
through it all.
Yeah, he told her straight
Oh.
up, you are going to sit here.
Wow.
And she should have seen every single one of them
Mm-hmm.
and seen what those kids went through.
And what she did.
Okay, who's got music going?
Not me.
Big Al.
It was me. Sorry.
I knew it.
And you said, "How could you be so heartless?" And I was like, "Hey, there's a Kanye West song. How could you be so heartless?"
Yeah, I do not
Oh
like
my
Kanye West.
I don't either, but the clip was funny. Sorry,
It was.
just trying to break it up just a little bit, add a little comedy into the mix, the open discussion.
Yeah, Lori is.
Yeah, I can't stand the woman.
I can't stand a lot of them.
So Scarlett, I know that you covered the case of Michael Vaughn
Um,
Oh, yeah.
went missing.
I didn't cover it when he went missing. Whenever it was brought up about the Wandras, I believe is the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
name.
yeah.
I did talk about it a
Have you-
night or two whenever they were digging the backyard up.
Yeah. Have you seen that he's like making the rounds on YouTube and doing all these interviews and
I seen that he was supposed to be. I don't remember whose channel it was, but he was supposed to be on some YouTube channel.
he's gone to several lately, and people are pointing out all the changes in his story from channel to channel.
Yeah, because
And, it's a lot. It's a
That's
lot.
interesting. Yeah, that's another sad case. We were talking about that the other night. It was crazy how Summer Wells went missing, and then he went missing right after. And I remember thinking to myself, that is so crazy how two kids close to the same age, same height, everything, and cotton blonde hair went missing. Just one's a boy and one's a girl.
Yeah.
Like you would think if you didn't know better, they would pass for brother and sister.
Yeah.
And it was just like several different things went through my mind when he went missing right after Summer did.
Yeah, because it was like a month and like
What was it? I think
11
Callie
days.
last night said he went missing July 27th and Summers was June 15th.
Yep.
So yeah, like a little over
A month and a week or something like that.
Yeah, it just seemed just the similarities in the way they looked in the short amount of time in between that they went missing. A lot of things went through my mind of what might have happened.
How far apart? Like, Summer's in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, and Monkey was in Idaho.
Okay, that's like across the nation.
Yeah. But see, what I was thinking though is because, Don has family in Utah.
Mhm.
And
Oh, Lord.
Summer's dad does. And
Mhm.
so I was putting the two and two together. Utah and Idaho ain't that far.
Nope.
No, they aren't.
So, you've got Summer in Tennessee, who possibly could have been taken to Utah. And then you've got Monkey up in Idaho.
And then there's the rumors about the guy Adrian being involved in some big trafficking ring.
Wait, who is Adrian?
Wasn't his name Adrian? The guy that they took the picture of at a restaurant in, I think it was Nampa.
Who
At
took a
47. One of the guys that was with Sarah.
Yeah, I think
And their
Oh, okay.
timeline kept changing as far as when they got back to the house, like what they saw in the neighborhood going on. It keeps
Right.
changing.
Is this in Michael's
okay.
case?
Yeah, that's why I was asking because I was trying to think, there's been so many names mentioned in Summer's case. I was
Right.
trying to remember if there was an Adrian this mentioned in
no,
that case
this
too.
is Michael's case.
Okay. I was so tied up in Summer's case that I didn't really follow Michael's case when it first happened, but whenever it came out that they were digging up that backyard, I did cover that because I was thinking that they possibly was going to find him in that backyard.
Yeah, and then they didn't. So now Stacy's out. Sarah's still on some
Well,
hold,
he was
right?
in jail. He was in jail for gun charge.
Unrelated stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's out and he's just blabbing different stories on different channels.
And
And
see, but the thing is, remains were detected to be buried in that backyard, but they were moved.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no way to tell whose remains.
Right.
and
they
that
were.
supposedly happened all during this time that Stacy was in jail.
Yeah.
Mhm.
On unrelated charges.
Mm-hmm.
And what was I do remember her name was Sarah, right?
Yeah.
The wife. There was it a TikTok video she did or Facebook live, some live she did on social media, and she was in her kitchen and on her icebox behind her
Mhm.
was the missing poster of Michael.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do remember that, and a lot of people thought that was like super weird. And you know how people on social media, when they see something like that, they automatically go to she's got to be guilty because she had the picture of him in her house.
Well,
And
people think that of what's his name, Richard Allen, too.
right, because there's pictures of him and his wife, and the sketch is right behind him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just I
Makes
don't
you
know.
wonder. That's for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, you knew that if he did this crime, you knew he had to know that picture was of him, and he's
Yeah.
just going around town with like nothing happened. His everyday life. He's going to work. He's going home to his family.
That
And-
sketch didn't look anything like him, though.
I don't think it did. But the thing is,
Probably
though,
why he had it up.
but it's just the thought that if I would have done something and there would have, and I knew that I did it, and somebody put a sketch out, And even though it didn't look like me, I would be like a nervous wreck. I wouldn't be nowhere around the sketch. I wouldn't want somebody saying, "Hey, your right eye looks like the same right eye in the sketch." You
True.
know,
True, yeah.
I wouldn't even attempt to be anywhere around it. All right, I had to read back chat.
Well, there's a lot going on in some of these cases right now. It's getting kind of interesting with and Murdaugh, what's going on with that?
Oh God, that's another one. There's just some of these cases. It's just because I didn't follow them from the very beginning, that it's
Mhm.
really hard to get into them after they've been going for a while.
Right. That's how I feel about the Letitia case.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds, horrible and awful and interesting at the same time. And I'm too far behind to
Yeah.
even dream of catching up.
Well, that's like Karen Reed. I literally got through I don't know, I might have got to the third page in the PCA, and I done seen 40 different names. And I'm like, there's no way in hell that I'm going to be able to keep up with who all these people are.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many people. You've got all the people that was at the bar. You got all the people that was at the house. You got the 2 women that she was riding around in the car with that morning when she found his body. It's just like you got dog bites.
You forgot the dog bite.
Yeah, dog bites, and you've got broken glass and a broken champagne glass or wine glass or whatever. There's just too much. There's too much moving parts to it.
Plus the search on Google, how long it takes to.
Yeah, all of that. And I might, like I said, I might have made it to the third page of the PCA, and I was like, I can't do it. Just can't do it. There's too much. Jamie, I got it. Thank you.
But look at all the names that we've managed to keep up with during Idaho 4. All the Jacks and
yeah, but that's because I started that one at the very beginning.
Yeah,
that's the same thing with the Kylie Rodney case. I started it from the very beginning, and I'm pretty sure I could still name off all the people that I talked about in that case, but it was from the very beginning. Where starting a new case in the middle of it's super hard to try to catch up with everything that was said beforehand up to where you're starting to keep up with it. And Karen Reed and even Richard Allen's, like I read over the new documents that came out on his with his new attorney, or the attorneys getting reinstated and the judge is staying on the case and all this and that. Now the trial's supposed to start in October. But that was like the first court documents that I have read at all on his case.
Yeah. Has the Karen Reed case started the trial?
No.
Because
that way.
Jamie, Texas chick, said she had never heard of it till the trial began, and I didn't think it had began.
I know she's been going to court, but is that her trial right now?
I said the other night when it was supposed to begin, and I think I said that.
I don't know, because I just
forgot, to be honest with you.
It's so she may be going to trial right now. I know she's not in jail. I do know that. In King Scarlet, yes. Kylie Rodney's case, we know everything. We know everything. We know stuff that ain't true. We know all the true stuff. We know all the fake stuff. We know all the people.
We know it all.
Yeah. The whole Kylie Rodney case from front to back. Upside down, inside out, and everything else.
Yeah, evidently there's a federal investigation of the local courts and DA now in Karen Reed case.
Yes, the FBI came in and is doing an investigation on the police department. I did see that. Because they're saying that there's a lot of cover-up going on within that police department.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was a police officer. The guy, if I'm not mistaken, that owned the house where the party was at, he's a police officer along with a lot of the other guys that was there.
Yeah, we're all connected.
Yeah, we're also all officers. See, I didn't follow. Jamie Kylie's case, it has a lot of moving parts. A lot of people. There was an 18-year-old freshly high school graduate running the investigation and interviewing people, and the cops just let her do it.
Yeah, Sammy.
Yes.
Nails on a chalkboard hearing that name.
That's the craziest thing. Everybody can come to me and give me their.
Oh yeah, and parents, when you drop your kids off, make sure that you drive far away so you can't hear nothing that's being said. Yeah, she just made me sick, and then all her damn videos.
Make sure you delete everything off your phone.
Oh God, she makes me sick.
I wanted to reach through my phone.
Still, all this time, how many pictures have we seen of that party?
None.
All this time, all those kids.
There had to be hundreds and hundreds.
They had pictures of every other party that they had out there, but they didn't have pictures of that party.
Party with 18-year-olds and over 100 kids has literally hundreds and hundreds of pictures
and videos and everything else. That's why I don't believe there was a party that
people
night.
Go anywhere.
Nope, I don't believe it either.
I watch 50 people a day take pictures of their food in my bar. People take pictures of everything now. I mean, it's just what people do.
Like they literally will take pictures of their food, buildings, skies, clouds, anything like that. It's just, I mean, that's how times are. And it wasn't no difference when Kylie's case started.
When you're a kid like that, you're going to take pictures of everything.
I mean, they had a picture of a bar with the damn menu out there with prices. They were literally illegally selling alcohol to minors in the middle of the woods. No, it wasn't from that night. But what I'm saying is, though, they had the picture of the bar that they had set up at these parties, but they didn't have pictures of the party from that night. It makes absolutely no sense. That's why I don't believe there was a party that night.
I don't think there was either. If there was anything, it was a fight club.
And the picture that they tried to pass off as Kylie at the gas station, I don't think was Kylie. I think they photoshopped that picture, and it was actually Sammy.
Thank you. I believe the same thing.
It looked more like Sammy than it did Kylie.
Yep.
Well, what I thought was photoshopped about that photo in particular is, I think that when I blew it up, you can see that something is edited off of her, like
and under her arm
holding. Yeah, I think she was holding liquor, and the store didn't want to get in trouble, and they didn't want to get the store in trouble. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they edited that out. Like, okay, we're going to pretend we didn't see that, but we need to get the photo out.
If you zoom in on that photo, under her left arm, if you look behind the left arm and underneath the left arm, you can see where they used the paint app and painted it black.
Yeah. I still have my original folder on my computer of all of my Kylie Rodney stuff that I had.
I had it on my old computer, and when it went out, I lost it all. But all of my Venmo receipts, I've got them on my phone. I've got them on my StreamYard. I've got them in an email, and I've got them one other place. I don't remember, but I kept my Venmo receipts of them selling illegal substances and alcohol.
Yeah, I've got all that too. Yep.
So I've got every single one of those. I can't put nothing else on my damn on my StreamYard, where, what is it called at the top? Your overlays. I can't put nothing else on there, but I do have all my Venmo receipts. And I used to have all the, the VSCO pictures and from the different parties. That I had all of that, but Scarlett, do you have any updates on my Lieberman? Who is that?
Do you remember when we got into the ring cam? Not the ring cam, the fire cams.
Oh God, the fire cam.
Yeah, that was cool because I figured out how to get into the back end of the website where they had all the photos and get the big, full size, full resolution photos off of it.
Yeah,
what was in that little viewer.
I didn't believe the fire cam video.
What was really cool was talking to the engineer that set up all the microwave communications between the two.
The what?
The guy that set up that whole communication system between all the fire towers. I did a half-hour interview with him on the phone. The day that I was supposed to present it was the last day I was on another channel.
Oh.
So it never got presented.
Wow.
But I have some pretty interesting information about the fire cameras.
Yeah, hey
exactly
Tom.
how many people had access to actual high resolution, and it's not, a lot of it's not what people think.
Yeah, I don't believe the video that was put out of the car.
The video's not real.
I don't believe it. I never believed it. I even said
It's
that when
not
it
real.
first came out. I didn't believe it.
It's not real.
Truckee just made some national news. I seen something else. There was another girl that went missing up there, close to that area, not long ago.
Well, there was a guy who actually went missing at the same location around the same date, and they never found him.
Yeah, there was a lot of shady shit that went on in Truckee, and then you got the Truckee Way.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the damn Truckee Way now. King Scarlet, 100%. I said it when I seen it. That damn camera was, and y'all, I had the fire cams. I had them pulled up on my computer screen for like a week straight, waiting for that damn camera to move. I had 2 different ones that I would go back and forth trying to catch them when they moved, and one of them did move. I can't remember if the one that they said. I think it moved too, though.
I had went to the website, and if you know what you're doing, you can actually get into their FTP, their file transfer protocol, and download all of the photos. So I had
There's a
downloaded.
link for it right on their main menu. The FTP server.
Well, I got all the photos and I went through, and it's kind of weird that other than that specific day, the camera was faced elsewhere. Like it just moved somewhere else. But
There's
on that
dozens of
particular
people that have access
fateful
to
day,
be able to move those cameras.
yeah. It's just like, who moved the camera before and after it, and why was it right where it needed to be, right, for that day only? Just that day. It was hardly ever faced on the processor. Hardly ever. But it just happened to be on only that day. Because all the days before, many days before, and many days after, it was not focused in that direction at all. So it didn't catch any of the search, because that was what I was looking for.
Oh yeah, we should have seen them down by the water searching.
Oh yeah.
Right, but the camera moved the very next day. You couldn't see any of that.
Libra Moon, I don't know anything about that case, but I did write her name down in what you had just said about her missing since 2021, and I'll look into it. Yeah, as soon as I seen it, I didn't believe it. There's a lot of shit in that case I don't believe at all. See you later. I don't know. There's a lot of shit in that case that doesn't make no sense.
I talked to somebody in AWP, that's all I can say, and I was told that they were pulled off after finding the car because of pride. That local law enforcement was, and that was what they assumed, that it was because of pride, because the local law enforcement acted like instead of being grateful, they were angry.
Yep.
And made them leave. And they never understood it, but they were like, maybe it was pride.
If you think about it, though, they had divers in the water before AWP came, and they didn't find the car.
No, and it was right there.
Yeah, and so
they were jealous.
To be fair, the water did drop about 10 feet during that time. So that is true. Fair, but
I have always believed, though. I always believed, though, that whenever they searched the water with the divers, the car was not there.
Nope.
They waited till the lake was searched, and then once it was searched and the car wasn't found, they put the car in there after that, thinking that, okay, they're not going to search it anymore. They'll just wait till the water drops, and then the car will appear, not expecting AWP to come into play.
Exactly.
And then here comes AWP, and they got there, didn't they get there early? Like, before they had announced that they were going to get there?
Yeah. Well, when they got there, they were supposed to search another lake.
Yeah, they were told that lake had been cleared. There was no need to search it.
Right, and they searched it anyway.
Yep.
They went to another area and searched there. And they decided, you know what? We're not going to consider it searched until we've searched it.
Yeah, they said, I think the one AWP member said, until we clear it, it's not cleared.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Nick.
According,
Yeah,
I
and
still text with him sometimes. He's pretty cool. He's doing good on his channel.
according
the-
to Vapor, that is what. Yes.
Yeah, that is true, Vapor.
yeah, I will never believe that was her in the car.
It
Yeah,
was
I've also
great, Jamie.
read the way they identified her body was very suspect. I mean,
Well, according to her missing person poster, they had her height on there, but the body that was autopsied was shorter. There was no water in her lungs, none in her stomach.
correct.
She was found in the very back of the SUV, like behind the back seats. What else was it about her
Her
autopsy?
face was unrecognizable from according
Well,
due to decomposition supposedly, and
but see, here's another thing. When the car was pulled out of the water, they said that she was. They could not identify her. They got her to the ME's office. Then I can't remember if it was a female officer or a detective went in and identified her. Her
Mhm.
parents did
Yep.
not go, and neither one of her parents went and identified her. Which,
Nope.
to a point, I understand that some family wouldn't want to see their child like that, but there still should have been someone within the family that went and identified her.
did I read they did not do a DNA match either, or did I?
No.
am I-
They didn't.
And
There
then
was
they
no DNA done.
cremated her literally like the next day.
Yes. So once you're cremated, there's no going back and doing DNA tests or other tests or other
Nope.
autopsies and all that. I don't believe that the person that was pulled out of that car was Kylie's body. I'll never believe it. I've said it since they pulled her out. And it was so sad to watch because I live streamed the footage that night when they were pulling her car out of the water, and it was a very sad sight to watch.
It
Yep.
really made me mad when, what was it, maybe 2 weeks later, when that crazy guy, Check It TV, went down there
And found
and
all of her
started
stuff in the
finding
bottom
all
of
her stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Just
about, but I
flipped the
can't
car
remember his name.
over and yanked it out of there and left all that stuff behind, and they made no effort to go get any of it.
No.
Just left it.
Yeah, he dove down in there and got it. Wasn't it her computer? Wasn't that one of the things that
What
was
the,
found?
Computer
what
was
the
one
really
thing.
frustrating part about that is the guys who actually knew how to extract that vehicle without losing any evidence
Uh-huh.
offered up the equipment, and they
Yep.
told them to get fucked.
Yep.
Yep, they
And
did.
instead, they just flipped the thing over rough as shit and drug it out of the fucking water.
Yeah.
Instead of floating it up to the shore with the airbags they were offered because they didn't have the proper equipment, Doug did.
Yeah.
And they just told them to get bent. They were pissed off because they found it. They were pissed off at where it was found. They were pissed off because they were made to look pretty freaking stupid.
Oh, they made them look bad.
They
They
made them
sure
look
did.
awful.
real bad.
Awful. You got. I mean, people. I don't think people realize they found that thing in a freaking rowboat with
Yeah.
side scan sonar that they bought at Bass Pro
Basically
Shops.
fishing sonar. Golly.
They had a $500,000 boat with another $500,000 worth of equipment on it, and these guys found it in a rowboat.
Yeah, Vapor. I do remember there was some stuff that was brought up about the ME in another part of California. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it had to do with I don't even want to say it because I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was another death, and there was something to do. Was it an officer involved shooting or something like that? And he said that it wasn't, or so, I forgot how it was, but the dude, the medical examiner, was very, very shady. I am lost. How are you?
Sounds like they got the medical examiner from Idaho.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was very shady. I remember reading some stuff about him. I feel
I
weird
don't know,
dealing
but
with.
I'm gonna jump down because I'm like falling asleep.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling. Coming. Y'all almost said calling. Thank you for.
Thanks for calling, Betty Joe.
Yeah, no problem.
Scarlett needs about 8 hours of sleep.
I need, seriously, I need like 3 months worth of sleep,
Yeah, I
and
know the
Yeah.
feeling.
I wouldn't be caught up then.
I know the feeling. But yeah, I'm gonna jump down because I'm falling asleep. The baby's
Okay.
been asleep.
Have a
Alright.
good night.
Have a good
All
night.
right, night, y'all.
Yeah, when they showed the drone footage of that thing where it was sitting, there's no way they could have missed it. It just couldn't have been there.
But wasn't there drone footage that showed the car in the water?
Yeah, there was, but that was the day that they collected it.
Okay,
They,
'cause-
you can't find the drone footage of that area pre-collection. It doesn't
Well,
exist.
SF investigates. He has it up. You can actually see his footage that he did. No, you can't see it because it was days before, and the water was started going down really quick. They would have found her car in 2 weeks, regardless, because the
But-
water was draining out.
I
If it was
thought
actually there.
I
Right.
How
thought
did
that
how
there
did they
was
drag their sonar over that exact spot and not see the car?
and not find it. That's what didn't make sense. Because
Impossible.
Because
I
of the
thought
sun.
there
That's
was a screenshot from some drone footage that I want to say that SF did that showed the car there, and he turned it in, and they didn't go out in time and search the water before AWP got there.
Well, I talked to him about that. I messaged him on Twitter. It wasn't that. It wasn't the exact spot. It was around on the other side where somebody thought they saw the car, and he turned that in, but it wasn't actually the spot. It was off. He did confirm that to me. It wasn't the car. Where they actually screenshotted it on his video
Uh-huh.
wasn't correct.
Okay, I'll have to see if I can. I
But
know
you'd
I've got
think
the
that they'd
picture.
still go back out there and do another search
Right.
of the whole thing. They only went back to where they saw this little blip on the screen,
Because the
Like,
one
there it
I
is.
saw was a big spot that was underwater.
Correct, vapor. It was a really cloudy day. So, yeah, you could see nothing on the water except all the clouds. But there was one little blip, but it wasn't there. It was around, and it was too shallow. He showed me the actual screenshot that they'd sent to him, and he forwarded that over. And they went out there and checked, but they were like, it's too shallow.
Yeah.
It's not there.
And vapor, yeah, they did search the exact spot where the car was found. And I
Yep.
remember something about that all they were looking for was the cell phone, and they were not supposed to go out. What was it, like so many feet offshore or something like that? But they still would have been over the car.
Yeah, they would have been. Even with the water up as high as it was on the day that she went missing, and that's how I'll put that. Even if they had gone out, I believe they did, it was either 20 feet or 40 feet from shore. They had the divers kind of like that was their little invisible.
Yeah.
Why did they even do that? They should have been searching deeper than that.
Right.
But that's what they
Yeah.
did. They had a limit, and they just went around the edge with
Well, they
that.
searched that whole shoreline, and according to them, it never came upon their sonar, so that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So allegedly, the tow truck guy was a paid actor on AWP payroll. Y'all, there was so much. Like, I dug into that tow truck guy. Like, I had everything from who his mama was to where they lived to what he ate 3 weeks before that. Like, I had everything on that boy. But there was other people that was going around saying that he was an RO and like just putting all these different like crazy misinformation out on him, and all the stuff that I researched on him, he had never been in trouble for any type of SA. He wasn't an RO or a ETSO or whatever. There was nothing on him like that, but people just ran wild with that. And I still
Well, that's
do.
just like they do in every other case, conspiracy theories grow wings.
Where's the dash cam video of the disabled car?
Well, apparently, according to Nick, He turned it in, and then it no longer existed.
Exactly. Where's the dash cam video?
I have a lot of questions still about Nick,
And
and
if the dash cam video existed at one point, that would mean if it was KR, that the car wasn't where they searched.
exactly. And who was the dude that was with her when he went to help with her vehicle?
Where is the video, and whose kid is that dude in that video?
So correct.
That's
Tell me,
somebody's
remind me
kid.
the guy's name again. Her boyfriend. Her
Jagger.
Jagger. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I probably still have it in my folder somewhere. But the night that this all happened, the night of the party, and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that he went fishing with his dad, right?
Right.
If I'm remembering correctly, because this
Yeah.
has been 2 years. So, however, I had one of the very first things I do. I go to everybody's social media and I get screenshots and screen records as quick as I can because they're about to get shut down.
Right.
I had gone to his TikTok immediately, and on there were 2 videos. And I know I've got them saved somewhere. And I may have even done a video on it on my channel. But anyway, there's 2 videos of him out driving alone in that little car nearing sunset. You can see the sun going down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those 2 little videos that he had up?
I even found the spot where he was at. I forgot exactly where it was at, but me and Google Maps became very close during that time because
Yeah.
I found the spot where it was at.
So, like, why did he delete those videos?
Well, why didn't his alibi check out?
Nothing about that ever totally made sense to me. It really never did. I never have bought any of that, honestly. And I happen to know for a fact, with written documentation that I was not allowed to put out there. I want to talk to Vapor about this more sometime, but so how we all, as soon as Sammy started talking and she did her interviews, how every time she was talking about this, what happened or when she last saw her and all that, it all sounded like it was the exact same thing over and over, like she was reading a script.
Right.
That's because she was, and the families knew it and the police knew it. It just wasn't on her actual report. She was given permission to put out false information in order to protect Kylie and what she was actually doing that night.
Yeah.
And that I actually got from actual reports and with witnesses as far as what she was actually doing and who she was with. I know when the girls actually left, what was the one girl's name who said she saw her like trip in a hole or something?
Oh, Elsa?
Yeah, none of that ever happened. Ever. All that, we don't know why. Nobody knows why.
Well, there is a
That
picture.
never even happened.
There is a picture, though, of Elsa down by the water that night, too.
Well, I know she was there, but that's not when she never saw Kylie trip in a hole and walk off to her car by herself.
Well, yeah, because she wasn't drunk.
Yeah, she wasn't doing any of that stuff. And Sammy is actually the one who left her with a male that night. And the family didn't want that out. The actual plan was, according to actual written statements that I read, including witnesses, it was Kylie's plan and wish and everything to spend the night with a certain male at the campground.
Wait, where is this written at?
I saw the actual reports.
How'd you get them?
I can't say.
Secrecy?
Yeah, I have a recorded phone call, and this person sent me the reports. And I've never
somebody from the police department.
I want to so bad, but I never have.
So it's somebody from the
actually-
police department then that sent it to you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I used some really slick skills to get it, with a little bit of played games. In other words, is all I'm going to say to get it. But I was dying to get it, and I got it. And I actually saw the reports or witnesses as to where everybody who left, and I don't remember the time now. I had to pull them out and look, but I believe it was 11:30. It was way earlier than what
I was gonna
Sammy put
say,
out there. It was around
is it
11:30, I believe,
earlier?
when Sammy left with everybody. And there's witness statements of them being at somebody's house very shortly after, and that's where they stayed all night. They weren't even there after like 11:30. Everybody left Kylie there with a certain male, and he's on video, you guys.
Mhm.
He's one of the people who arrived very early at the location in a specific vehicle you guys all talked about. That's all I can say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it someone who is currently on TikTok and Instagram?
I don't know.
That
I haven't
is-
looked at any of that in a long, long time.
Is it a male that we've done mention tonight?
No, well, not tonight. One that was talked about a lot because this video got a lot of attention.
I'm trying to think of who else we talked about.
You know, the one that drove close by and right at the right time
It drove
at
close
night
by.
after dark. It was a truck. I'll say that. That boy she was with, and Jagger was not happy about it.
Wait, who was the dude that drove in a truck? Oh shit! Now I gotta go dig out
The
the
white,
Cali
the
Rodney
white truck, the white truck.
Yeah.
that was on video that was a minor, and is that the one you're talking about?
Yes,
And
I
other
believe that's
creators,
what she's talking about.
Yeah.
the other creators talked to him, but come to find out he was a minor.
Hmm.
That guy. That's who she was currently seeing.
I thought she was dating Nate.
Nope.
Because the boy that you're talking about, I went over
remember
all of his social media as well.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yes, Aaron. Yeah, that's the one. That is on written record. I promise you.
That's interesting.
Recorded phone call and the whole bit. My problem was I'm an idiot when I recorded the call and I got his permission to record and everything, but he made me promise that if I put it out later, he said you'll need to wait. Don't do anything now. But later when you want to release it, after more of this comes out, is what he told me. He told me to wait until more of it came out naturally or by official record before I should do anything and to leave his name out of it. But he wanted to be off the record or anonymous is what he told me. So
Wait, he allowed you to record him? Because isn't
Yeah.
California a state that?
you get permission, you're allowed.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
Well, even see, I'm in Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma, it's a one-party state. As long as I'm on the call, I can record any phone call that I'm in, and I don't even have to get permission. But I did because it was an official person I was talking to.
So what's your justification for just not releasing the?
I mean,
Because when I recorded it, I put my
Well, I'm not talking about the recording. I'm talking about the report. If you have the actual written report, you should be able to put it out.
I've thought about it, and I'm
Doesn't matter where it
thinking
came
about
from.
I know, because there's been so much stuff that's been out here, but
I mean, if
I'm
it's the
thinking about
actual report, you don't need to mess with the call. Keep that to yourself.
yeah. I want to chat with Vapor about it because I think he's probably more familiar with anything.
Oh, yeah, I think you should talk.
He
to him.
knows
I
every.
want
He
to share
knows
some stuff with
everything.
Vapor and see how he would want to present it. You know,
Yeah.
I really don't even want to be the one to put it out. I'd rather somebody else put it out. You know what I mean? But the phone call, the
I
reason
guarantee you, we can make sure it sees the light of day. You want it to see the light of day, we'll make sure it gets out there, girl.
Yeah, because do believe if you just go back and
And we'll
watch
get it
all
to the
my
right
Kylie
people.
Rodney shit, I have called so many people out in that case. It ain't even funny.
yeah.
The people that I have called out in that case.
I just can't believe how much. I mean, I didn't really follow a lot of it. I just like watched the video or whatever. But like, what I'm finding out now, and like what I found out through you guys and everything, this case is just so messed up. Like,
Yeah, what
there's
they
so
told
much-
people from day one was just
they're
ridiculous.
such
and
liars.
allowing Sammy to put out that false narrative, they could
And
have
her
just kept their mouth shut because
Her and
Allowing
that damn
Sammy to run
microphone.
basically allowing a minor to run the investigation is
yeah, and
outrageous.
but see,
Like,
that made Sammy look guilty, even though she literally wasn't even there.
You know,
She
it
was
all
no-
started
she
with
wasn't there.
jurisdiction.
But they were wanting other people to come forward and say more because they knew who she was last with, but they didn't want that out yet.
Why can't anyone explain to me why this was in a park that's under federal jurisdiction and the sheriff was in charge?
That's true.
Why?
Yeah.
It started
Because there
on
was some
the
shady shit going on.
The corruption started on day one, and
One.
it's at
Yeah.
extremely high levels for that to happen because they should have not been in charge of the investigation at all.
They come out with a fire
Period.
video and they wrap it all up in 24 hours. We're all supposed to go home and
As soon
Yeah.
as I found out where it happened and who was in charge of the investigation, I was calling bullshit.
Well, hell,
Didn't
when you
make
have
So has
Sammy sitting there saying, "I know every one of you who was at that party that night. I see y'all all here. Y'all got to come talk to me." Girl, you are 18 years old and freshly out of high school. Like, you're not running an investigation. Like, they should have told her right then to go on. But
Yeah.
her and that damn microphone of hers up
Mhm.
there, just just makes me sick.
Yeah. So she knew all along what was actually going on that night, and they just all of them always just never let it out what actually happened.
And the damn sheriff from
Because they didn't know past 11:30 for sure what happened. The official story is that they don't really know, but they know who she was actually last seen with.
No, Jamie,
Well-
her toxicology came back negative.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense either. When I read her autopsy, and I have a sister who drowned, and I compared them. I got my sister's autopsy report back out. She literally drowned, and there was not one thing in Kylie's that matched anything in my sister's. There's so much that happens with your body when you actually drown.
Oh, there's books written on it. I
Yeah,
read
but
half of it. It was the
would've
most
been-
boring thing ever.
There's no way that
But the medical
drowned. No way.
but the medical examiner said that the body that was autopsied was shorter than Kylie.
Yeah, I've no idea about any of that. I'm
few-
just talking about her
few inches.
literal physiology. There was nothing. There's certain things that happen in your brain, when you
When
are
you
on the verge
drown.
of drowning, and that leaves, marks,
Mhm.
all of that, everything. There was water in my sister's lungs, her stomach, all these other physiological changes. I've lost all that now, from my memory. There's so many things that are always there, certain enzyme levels that go up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
All that's supposed to be in there, and none of it was present in that body that they pulled out of the water.
Of
No.
someone that was falling down, stumbling drunk.
I don't know if that's all I
And probably
really
on
know.
drugs. The way they kept putting it out there that she was drunk and on drugs. Or
Mhm.
drunk and possibly on drugs. Which neither proved to be true.
Yeah, her ETOH was normal for just drowning and having been in the water for, I think they said, for that amount of time. Just any person sober that had drowned would still have that level because of what happens with your body. But if she'd been drunk, then it would have been way higher. So
Wow.
the girl wasn't drunk.
I sent out the link to that book on Google Books so many times that they actually closed the link and started charging for the book.
Yeah,
The
that whole case is
physiology
bad.
of body and water.
Where'd you put it at? The link at?
Oh, it was coming out of the last panel that I was a part of through the whole case, and
My
I gave it
sister
to
was in
hundreds of people.
My sister was in clean bath water from Friday night to Monday afternoon. She drowned in her bathtub. And it was bad. Just clean water for that weekend. And it was bad.
Well, she was allegedly in the water from the 6th, the 7th, until the 21st.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I
August.
would I want to see the photos,
There's no
at
way.
least of her skin condition, just because
You wouldn't even want to see my sister after 3 days.
But what I'm saying is I don't think she was in the water that long. I truly don't believe it.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't either.
I do not believe she was in the water that whole time. I don't believe she went in the water that night.
So this person that they
She was somewhere else. I
If
don't know
there was
where.
any-
I don't know who.
If
was
there
in the
was
water
any
for 2
skin in
weeks?
place, then that couldn't have been her.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see the condition. That would shut me right up.
Yeah, I don't.
But I just don't buy it. I don't think she was there that whole time.
Yeah, I've often wondered about the thing, that Scarlett mentioned about, they waited until after the search and then put the car in there.
Yeah. And I could be completely wrong, but that is just
Well, I'm just
my
wondering
opinion of it.
if it wasn't her, then where is she?
That's
Like
a whole rabbit hole that you can't even go down until you know how
some
long it was there. And, I mean,
did someone take her? Is she in a ring? Is she like, you know what I mean? There's more
again,
questions.
that's too much of a rabbit hole. I mean, you got to find out if she was actually there that long, and the only person that knows is the person that actually did the autopsy, if they really knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
I don't believe if this was handled by the feds, we would be even having half of the questions that we have.
when you deal with people in power, immense power, they can do things to you. They can make you, they can trump
Right.
up false charges on you. They can get you put in prison. They can make you disappear.
Well, and the other thing, like Vapor was saying, there was a lot of agencies in on this case, except the U.S. Marshals.
Why would the U.S. Marshals even be involved?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but Vapor does. But he said that they were not involved and they should have been.
Well, what I want to know is when the fire cams came out, my first thought was, are you serious now? Right now? They're just now finding the fire cams? If these people were all brought together, and they knew the area, right? That would have been that should have been the first thing on search and rescue's mind.
Right.
What possible cameras do we have in this area? And that would have been there was actually a somebody who like worked with them. Remember? Wasn't there somebody that worked with them that came forward and said something about, like they didn't understand why that wasn't brought up either? Because that would have been
I know that there was
remember that?
I know that there was a lot of people that was from the area that was following on YouTube and different social media platforms that said everybody that lives around there knows about the fire cams. People from the area watch them during fire season, and so they should have jumped on that from the beginning.
And certain people have the ability to manipulate the position of the cameras.
That is true.
There is a list. It's over 150 people for that region that
And
have the
some of
ability
them
to
do it
physically
remotely.
manipulate in real time the cameras.
And some of them, if I remember correctly, are high up people.
Oh, I'm sure. I couldn't get the list. I was just told it was over 150 people, and they had the ability to physically manipulate the camera in real time.
Yeah, I don't.
And
they're volunteers.
If you have experience with actually making a website, if you have a photo that is named the identical name as a photo, the long name, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can easily go in there and just copy and then paste, and they'll ask you, replace all, yes, and then bam. All those photos are now some different photos from some other date and time. They could have swapped them with something. We don't know.
Well, the difference is in that a lot of people weren't talked about, and I talked to the guy who's set a lot of that up. There's two different databases. There's a public database, and then there's a backend database. The public database is low resolution images, and when I say low resolution, they're higher than what you see in real time, but they're not the high resolution images that are stored in the background, because they would spend so much money on bandwidth by people downloading those high res images that they would never be able to keep it online.
Mm-hmm.
So they can only put a certain resolution out there for the public to download, or people would bankrupt them.
Right.
Bandwidth isn't cheap.
Yep.
Honestly, he told me that in the midst of all this, their web service budget was like completely blown out, because everybody was on there downloading videos and moving shit around. And I mean, he said the microwave towers were overtaxed. They had all kinds of people volunteering trying to get access to the cameras so they could see what could be manipulated and what couldn't, and it was a nightmare for them. This whole thing, when it hit, it was a nightmare for the University of Reno.
Okay, the guy that you talked to, was he at a college over
Yeah,
in
University of Reno.
Nevada? Okay, that might have been the same guy that I called and spoke to. And I
It
only
could
got
have
to
been.
talk.
I talked to him for almost an hour, and he's super nice guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
he was-
talked to him for like 15 minutes or so. And he couldn't talk long the day that I spoke to him because he had another thing that he had to go to or whatever, another appointment or something. But so I didn't get to talk to him very long. But I honestly, I don't even remember what all he said. It's in one of my notebooks that I would
Vapor.
have to dig out.
Vapor. That's why I was trying to get the list, because I wanted to debunk that, because I knew that video was bullshit. I knew the video was bullshit the day it came out.
Yeah, I said from the jump I didn't believe
All you
it.
had to do was look at the clouds. They didn't manipulate the clouds when they manipulated the lights. Well, you go back and look at it.
You mean Gray's video that he put out?
Yes.
Did you see the one that I put out?
I
the
don't
same time?
remember. There were so many videos
Okay.
floating around
See
back
what
then.
he did. What he did was he took a
I know what he did.
screenshot. Yeah, that overlay is what
Yeah.
ruined it. If you look at the one that I did, I only used the actual full resolution photos, and it took hours to put that thing together. And it's really good. It's only in black and white. It's only the full resolution photos, or not black and white, but infrared photos, night vision.
I'm going to refrain from commenting on any of those videos right now, because I don't want to offend anybody. But the
Well, I
whole
don't know
reason
what's
I
real
got
or
in
not,
contact,
but
the whole
his
reason I
video
got in
was just
contact with him
total
was to
BS.
debug Gray, because he was full of shit. What he
Yeah.
was putting out there was bullshit.
Yeah,
And
the
that's
overlay
the whole
and all
reason I
that was
interviewed
just
that guy.
yeah. Like he had it off. He didn't even line it up correctly. It was bad. But if you look at the one that I did, I'm actually pretty proud. That was back when I was hanging with that girl that we were talking about earlier that I'm proud of now.
Oh hell no! Hold on.
Uh,
Somebody block him.
My goodness.
I got him.
Yeah.
I am not in no mood tonight for
Lord.
that bullshit right there.
Oh
Yeah.
my Lanta.
Rapper, you better go some the fuck where else with that shit right there.
Yeah, for real.
That poor little
Really?
guy. It's cold out, and his little micro penis probably crawling inside. He's
Well,
got nothing to play
he
with.
needs a fucking playmate, and I ain't the one to play with. I'm gonna tell him that right now. He needs to take that shit right there somewhere else. Go play with somebody else who will allow that, because it ain't allowed over here.
Yeah. They like to come in and disrupt and distract when people are talking about things they don't want us talking about. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it used to happen all the time when I was talking about some shit with Kylie's case.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. I don't even remember what I was saying.
Hold on, I can tell you what I'm
Yeah,
about to do.
you
if
pretty
you
much
haven't-
had 6
yeah,
mods
go look at the
hogpiling
one
that son of a bitch.
Go look at the one that I did, Big Al, and I think even you will agree. Whether or not you agree that it's like really what happened, you'll see what a difference it makes when you actually use the full resolution photos and not any of the overlay crap. Because that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, I reserve judgment on any of that, because I don't want to offend anybody. But from the conversations that I had with the man who set up the system, nothing that came out was real. So that's just
Yeah, it's easy to swap, that's for sure.
very.
Yeah, I do web and graphic design, and anytime I need to update, like somebody's cover image on their website, or photos in their latest slideshow or whatever, I just name them the same thing, FTP them to the website, and it just automatically replaces them. And then they show up as these are the current images, and you don't ever know. You don't have to touch the website. You're changing it from the back end.
Yeah,
Easy to do.
I worked in the Network Operations Center for United Healthcare for 5 years, and that's what I went to college for. So I got a little bit of experience in it.
Cool.
I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think I don't know. I don't think anybody at the school was involved, but I think there were people on the volunteer list that had more access than others, and there was some shit fabricated there, and it was confirmed by someone who was at the school. So
Wow.
This little boy right here, oh my god.
Oh my
Well, you
Lanta.
you can keep on coming with your accounts. You're nothing but a miserable ass little boy. That's all you are.
Go away, troll.
I just reported his last account coming in with the racial slurs because I am not putting up with that shit.
Wow.
That one has been blocked too. I'll eventually get all of his accounts blocked. He
How
needs to
many
grow the fuck
That's the
up.
problem with
do you
Google. You can make
have?
as many as you want.
I don't understand. Why would you take the time to make all the accounts? Like
Because
that's just
he's a miserable
Starved for
person.
attention.
That's all he is.
He's
He's
getting what he wants right now. We're still talking about him.
very immature.
Show me on the dolly where daddy hurt you.
Well, it was his micro.
No, he's still hid, Michelle.
That's what happens when you got 6 mods hogpiling on somebody. One's blocking, one's unblocking, one's timing out, the other one's pulling the timeout off.
But he should know my mods are very quick in here. So
Oh, he does know.
it's just ridiculous.
He's not done yet. I guarantee you that.
Oh no, I'm waiting. That's why I need my damn phone. I can mod quicker on my phone than I can on this damn computer. Hold on a minute.
Go play in traffic, rapper.
Ooh, careful! That cost me a
Yeah.
Twitter account.
Yeah, I don't.
That one cost me a Twitter account. Don't use that one. It's no good. I promise you.
Yeah, I don't wish that on anybody anyway. Okay, I'm on my phone now. I can mod 1,000 times quicker on my phone.
Yeah, that one cost me my original Twitter.
point is, it needs to stop.
Yeah.
That's
He
awful.
won't stop. He ain't gonna stop. He's making his rounds, and you're the one that's live right now, so he's picking on you. Whatever. Shit happens.
Yep, that's all it is. He's very immature.
I pity the fool.
Miss
I just-
Ninja, he does need a new hobby.
I just think that the whole Kylie case was really strange from the get-go. I don't know why I got that feeling, but I did, and the more I talk about it and think about it, the stranger it gets.
Big Al, thank you so much for gifting that membership. That was very nice of you. And Angie got it. Hey, Too Fast.
Woohoo!
Just a couple, Tonka?
Well, you know what they say,
Doesn't.
Tonka. If nobody flushes, the losers keep floating.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I mean, if he's going to continue to keep coming in here under different accounts, he could at least hit the thumbs up. I mean,
At least once.
yeah.
So is that so I just got an email from somebody talking about your channel. That's
Talking about-
I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but
Just send it to me.
it's just so stupid. Okay, I'll send it to you.
I could care less, but yeah, just email it to me.
Like, who is this idiot? Okay.
Oh, Too Fast. He's already got all of his accounts made. He's like whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole can get, well, whack-a-chole can get pretty fun in here sometimes. See, all I know is that I ate in a cute little place at Truckee. I would be scared to go to Truckee.
I'm kind of the same way, Scarlett. Like, I'm like, this place sounds really sketch.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of and heard a lot of different things. Now, I will say there was a guy, I can't remember his name, that lived in Truckee that used to come and chat. And he was super
What
cool.
the hell's his name? He's a good dude.
Yeah, he was super cool. I keep wanting to say NorCal Jim, but it's not
No,
NorCal
not
Jim.
him.
It's
I can't think of it.
well shit, what was his name? Hey Tree Baby. I can't remember his name now. He hasn't been in a while, but he was super cool. Like he went around to a different there was a store that was
He did a bunch of driving.
Yeah, and there was
For
a store that
Scotty
was
and I.
mentioned that was said that that was the store that the picture was taken of that was supposedly Kylie. And he went into the store and took pictures to prove that it was not the store. I cannot remember his name though. If he came back in chat, I would realize it was him, but I can't.
I can't think of it either. I could go through my email though. I know he emailed me a bunch of shit way back when.
RT, that's him. Thank you,
Yep.
Tonka.
RT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Truckee. He was super cool though. I never had any.
Thank you,
issues with
Tonka. My head was starting to really seriously hurt.
Yeah, because it sucks when you're trying to think of something and you can't think of it. See, Nightbot is on point tonight. Well, right now, anyway. Slacking earlier. Who is RT? RT is a guy that's from Truckee. And when I was covering the Kylie case, he used to come in.
I sent it. Tell me if they're familiar to you. I mean, that's a. Ooh, it's a lot of mess, is what that email is.
Oh, wait. Is this the girl? This is the one who sends the crazy shit to me almost every single day with all the conspiracy theories. Or I'll be talking about Idaho, and as soon as like the next morning, I'll go check my email, and I've got this big long ass email with other emails that's been forwarded to me, and this long email train of all these conspiracies, and the shit that is put in these emails, y'all, is crazy. Like super crazy about Brian and his dad and military assets, and he's doing this and he's doing that. And did y'all know there was a basement under 1122? I had one email blocked, I think, and then she ended up making a new one. Law send me a copy to laugh out loud. The timing is this one. King Scarlet is about 1122, but send me your email in Discord, King Scarlet, and I'll send you a copy of it. It's just like there's a basement underneath 1122 King Road. First there was tunnels, and now there's a basement.
Now there's a basement.
There's 2 different crime scenes, possibly 3. Telling me that I need to watch the Linda Lane footage. I watched the Linda Lane footage. The only damn thing that I've seen from that night is a couple of cars going into the parking lot and a cat and another man walking through the parking lot.
It's some secret government ops.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen posts in different channels like that. And the person goes in this long, drawn out narrative about what happened, and I don't know who it is, but
yeah,
I
wish. I mean, honestly, I wish. And if she's got her opinions, that is completely fine. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but like this.
But let's just stick to the facts, folks.
Well, in these emails, though, she is naming off all these people, like their first and last names that we don't have half of these names I've never heard of. These people could be completely innocent, and she's sending all these names to all these different people, these different creators.
Yeah.
Angie, no, I don't think it's the same one. It's
yeah, you
crazy.
can forward that to whoever wanted it. I think Summer said she.
Yeah, Summer, I don't know if I have your email. I think I do, but send me your email also, just in case. And where did she say something about me?
At the top of it, she mentions your channel.
Oh, wait, okay. So I still stand by that despite people like you calling it as a conspiracy theory on Lost Souls True Crime. When did you say on my channel that it was a conspiracy theory?
I've talked about conspiracy theories, like
But
we all have.
but not the shit that's in this email.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit.
Well, we're gonna need to come up with some new conspiracy theories because all the ones that I've been looking at for the last 3 years came true.
Well, this
You
one
have
here,
a point there. You're not wrong.
but on this one here, there was a picture found from another fraternity at the college, and it was taken on Halloween, and all the boys in it, they're all dressed up for Halloween. Yes, one of them does have a K-bar in the front of his vest that he has on, which I think is super weird. But it's this picture is trying to be pushed as it was taken around Thanksgiving, and that the people that have the sheets over them, who to me look like they're dressed up as ghosts, are the actual ones who did the crime, and all these frat boys are involved, and it's just like a whole big mess. For real. I just honestly, if you're listening to me, and I know you are because I get emails from you all the time after I've talked about Idaho 4, please stop sending me emails, please.
Yeah, stop.
this-
I thought I blocked them. Like they
This is-
literally don't have two brain cells to rub together. Sorry.
This is craziness. Like I didn't even know that I had one from the other day, and I was going through deleting the old emails, and I found one. Just please stop sending them to me. I don't believe what you're saying. If they turn out to be true, okay, that's fine. But this shit is just wild, and it is cluttering up my email, and I'm not gonna read them. I don't have time to read shit that you've sent to 40 different damn YouTube creators.
Like from that movie, Something's Gotta Give, I think it was. Was it Something's Gotta Give? Anyway, where he says, go sell crazy somewhere else. We're all stocked up here.
It's craziness. For real. Like I don't want to. There's absolutely no proof of what is being said, and mentioning people's names in these emails that you're sending out to people is
Well, you know
very
who's-
dangerous.
It
You
just
know
makes
whose
it
fault
worse.
it is, right? It's these two specific people who made their rounds spreading these conspiracy theories to begin with. And then they just kind of grew from there, like a big game of telephone.
Well, and the shit that they're saying about Kaylee's dad and all this and that, and the stuff that he's doing and what he's into, and it's just, show me proof. Like, don't send me a conspiracy theory. Send me the proof of it. Not that you got it from somebody else. The actual 1000% proof. If you can't do that, I don't want to hear it. It's just, I'm over that bullshit. So please, I know you're listening. So please stop sending me emails.
Yes, too fast.
Current household additions were completed, and they still don't believe what they see. Like this. Yeah, exactly, Lady V. I need receipts before I'm gonna put some tunnels and basements and substances being put into the walls at 1122, and then it fell down in it, and 70,000, and it shit flushed down. Then it's 700,000 that one of the victims' dad owes certain people. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, and these people thinking that Kaylee was this big time, seller, whatever, because she had a car. It wasn't even new, you idiots.
No, it's a very simple concept of how the girl got the car. First, she had a
It's
job.
$12,000 car wholesale.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, first she had a job, then she went and took out a loan, and then she got her car, and she pays a monthly payment on it because she's got a job.
Not that
Very
hard.
simple concept.
How dare you have a job and go to school at the same time?
I mean, damn. But they act like that can't be done. That they have to make her out to be some big OF, and y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Doing all that shit or selling substances, and that's how she got a Range Rover. No, she had an actual legit job where she saved her money. She made her down payment. She got a loan, and she paid monthly payments. That's why her daddy.
I mean, it was a Range Rover, not a DeLorean. People get it through your head.
Range Rovers are pieces of shit.
I mean, that's the very reason why her daddy said they were going to keep the car and pay it off so they could keep it, because it was Kaylee's car.
Yeah.
Y'all, I've had no sleep. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be, but
Get fired up, girl.
Now
help
it's
you
just,
sleep.
it's
It'll
just,
help you sleep.
it's
Oh,
not the time
Scarlett.
to mess
Speak-
with me when I'm asleep.
Speaking of Idaho 4, I saw somebody, I think it was the channel called Mob Crew, if I remember correctly.
He's pretty cool.
Did you know that right inside the back door there was this giant party speaker
Mhm.
that was Bluetooth? Did you see that?
Yeah,
I don't
on
even know how I
the
missed that.
okay, so on the body cam footage where they went to Jack D's
Yes.
house first and then went up and talked to Kaylee behind the house.
Yes, that
Uh,
one.
Okay, yeah, you can see the speaker through the sliding glass door.
So I wonder if that's the speaker that caught, a connection.
I don't know if it was Bluetooth though. It was like a big, huge speaker.
Oh yeah, they are. There was somebody
Okay.
on there that actually pulled up that exact speaker, and it's Bluetooth, and the range on it was 33 feet
Okay.
for Bluetooth, and I was like, wow.
Hmm.
People are spotting stuff. You know how you watch a movie and you
Uh-huh.
see something new every time you watch a movie? It's kind of like that. Every time I watch, these different, and I liked hearing different perspectives, as long as they don't go off the rails. I like
Right.
hearing, all the thoughts. That's why I love this channel.
Yeah, because I mean, if you don't listen to other people's opinions, you don't learn anything new. But the point
Exactly.
is when
Right.
it's to the point that even the news media has not put it out as a possibility of substances, I mean, and you can't
Right.
show me no proof, and you're only throwing out names of people who said this, that's not a receipt for me. I need to see actual proof, because I have watched the videos that they had on their social media of some of the parties that was in that house. There was no substances that I seen in any of those videos, and it's not like they're going to say, "Oh shit, there's a camera. Let me hide my stuff."
Yes, and then one of the conspiracies was that they were like tying people up in there and doing bad things to them because that one guy that came out with Kaylee had the zip tie on his wrist.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
god, it
are
was
you
a
serious right
flipping.
now?
It was a drinking game.
Yeah, it's a drinking game. I don't
I
even
mean-
like. I knew that from the 80s. I mean, this is.
I
what-
mean, oh
that
yes,
is-
there is. Let me tell you, the email that I read today that I got, there was a basement that had a room that they were doing stuff
Stuffing.
to females down there. A trafficking room. I'll just say it like that so y'all know what I'm talking about. And that because one of the victims' parents owed all this money, that some of the victims, their organs were taken out, because you can get big bucks for
Oh,
organs
for
on the black.
fuck's sake.
I swear to God.
Come
swear.
on.
Yeah.
And that is how they got the $700,000 back.
Oh my
I
god.
swear it.
and that gets clicks and views, people.
Wow.
And
Uh-huh.
but let me tell you, these emails that are circulating with this shit and mentioning one of the victims' dad as being this person who is running substances, give it time.
They're gonna get sued.
They're going to get sued. So
Well, yeah, because that's
that's slander.
isn't
that,
it called slander or
Well,
defamation of character? Or
There was
something
a
like that?
certain channel who put out Steve's work email address.
What?
Yeah, they put out where. Well, I saved it,
That
and
is crazy.
there were a couple of these emails that these people have put out that I just forwarded to him with a note. Here's that one to add to your lawsuit.
Here's the thing. The reality of it is you've got to have a lawyer on retainer. You're going to have to spend money to try and sue some YouTuber who doesn't have shit. And it's going to cost you money, and you're not going to get shit. Unless
But
it's a
this
big
is the
channel.
same. But this is the same woman who is doing this. Is not on a YouTube channel. It's just through email.
No.
And I know one of them, slander. I can't remember how it goes, but if it's written, it's one way. If it's said, it's another way.
But if they don't have
But-
anything, what do you sue them for?
Well, you got to assume to find out if they have anything, and often they do
Well,
have
you can
assets that
pretty
you can
much-
attach. You can attach their tax refunds forever.
You
Yeah.
can pretty
You
much
get money
tell
from 'em.
if somebody's got anything or not.
Hey, ex-con, how are you? Yeah,
Or
it's
spending
just
20 grand on a lawyer.
it's just the
Yeah.
point of they're going to end up getting sued for the shit that they're saying, especially when they're mentioning, like I said, a victim's parent and the stuff that they're saying about him, or just throwing out these other names of people saying that these people are involved when they may be completely innocent and have absolutely nothing to do with the case.
Yeah.
It's what they're doing is a very dangerous thing, and it's ridiculous. And please stop sending me the flipping emails.
Oh my god.
It's I don't even want to. I don't
Yeah,
want
I
Making
just wanted to
myself a
show you
note
that
now
one
to make
because
a
I
new
mentioned
Gmail.
you. I mean, I would be. Ugh.
I'm gonna make a new Gmail and send Scarlett one a week. One crazy off the wall, just batshit nuts email a week.
I will know that it's you
Can't
because
top
I know
that.
I
how
know
you
you will.
talk.
I just ratted myself out.
Hey, Liza, how are you? But see, I know how you talk, so I would know that
Right.
it's you.
It'd be really hard for me to like try and be someone else. I'd have a hard time with that.
It's craziness. And like I said, going from tunnels under the house to now there's a
A
basement.
basement.
You know,
But
the day somebody came on here talking about tunnels, I left for a week and a half.
it's
I
just,
got so pissed off, I left and just
Dude,
didn't
they
come
were
back
still
for like a
doing
week
it
and a
even
half.
after the house came down. They did a video on how you could see the tunnel door, and there
I
was this
saw that. And
hidden
I'm
door
like,
above
dude,
the
Seriously.
roof.
I thought to myself, I was
Uh.
like, that is not a door to anything. That I could not tell if it was
It was a
dirty
piece of the
concrete.
sheetrock.
Okay,
I
so-
have a yeah. There's a part in the
Oh.
video where it actually happened, and I took a screenshot right before that little quote door appeared. It was sheetrock from above that just literally flipped down.
Okay, well there was one that I saw that they had actually circled. It was like a dark spot on it, and I could not tell. Hey, sunset gazing. I could not tell if it was the back where the back wall of the floor that Bethany's room was on. You know, it was up against that hill right there. So I couldn't tell if they had made like a concrete wall there and it was just dirty concrete, or if it was the actual dirt. But either way, it was a dark spot, and they try to say it was the tunnel door.
Yeah.
But now there's no tunnel. There's a basement. But to begin with, the tunnels led right up to the house.
And what's funny is they didn't even realize that
I
in
know.
their own video that they put out, guys. This is funny.
Crazy.
They put out a video claiming that there were tunnels underneath the University of Idaho that led right to the house. And in their own video, you can see that it was actually the University of Utah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Tell me you're a moron without actually telling me you're a
Devil
fucking
You're a
moron.
details.
And tunnels are everywhere, guys. I mean,
Um,
they're
Ex-con
everywhere.
said I lost subs when I said that there was no multiple crime scenes, no reflection in cars and tunnels. Literally, my views dropped by half.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I agree, because I don't believe that there's multiple crime scenes. I don't believe, and it was brought up to me about the reflections in the car. Y'all, I went back and looked.
That's
If
the
there's-
dumbest video I've ever seen in the history of YouTube.
Yes,
there's
the one
Same
where
person
you
did
guys-
the one that's called
you can
another
see
video.
you
Oh,
can
he-
see Dylan in the
Uncle
car. I mean,
Doug.
come on.
It
knowledgeable
was
person.
just, and
It's just
Ex-con,
no.
honestly, the reason why your views dropped, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just you're not going with their narrative. That's
That-
all it is.
Sexy sells, and drama is sexy. So
And that's all it is. So, you know, if
I have
I
this
was
problem.
on here and I had drama going every night, or I was putting out the conspiracy theories, I'd have 300 or 400 people in my chat. But
me
I'm not
too.
I'm not going to stoop to that level just to get clicks and views.
But you know what? When I realized, trying to grow my channel, I got like, trying to grow your channel, you try to think of things that you can do, right? Put up fresh content. And I can't go too far. I can, speculate here and there, but I just can't bring myself to do it. There was one video that I put out that I thought was kind of crossing the line a little bit, but I did want to know. It was a neighbor. It was a friend of Enon Harsh's. And this person actually lives right by Brian in the same complex.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is weird, because he was on Enon's friends list on Facebook, and then he took him off. And that's what got me curious. And I started digging and looking into this guy. And so I put out a video about that. I was like, so what is this? Is this a coincidence, or is there, was there a connection there between Enon and Brian with this third party? Boy, that got a ton of views, but it didn't get anybody anywhere. it's just rumor and speculation. And then I got to thinking about it later, like if that guy's totally not involved in any way, I probably could have hurt his reputation or his job or something, you know? And that was the video that I was just like, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, see, I can't
Yeah.
be fake and come up with conspiracies and have no way to back it up or no way to
It's not-
show proof.
I mean,
I
It's just
can't
not
do
worth it. It's really not worth
I
it.
would
No,
rather-
it's not.
I would rather keep the 56 subscribers that I have on my channel right now and keep my channel real than have a whole bunch of drama and a whole bunch of subscribers.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, the drama the drama
just-
takes up too much energy.
Yeah, I would, like I say, like I might, complain about the number of people, but if
Mhm.
those people are dropping because you're not going with what they want, then you don't need them anyway.
Well, it's like this, and y'all, this is just my opinion, and some people may look at it differently. But if you have to follow a group of people, you're a very weak-minded person.
Yeah.
You know, if you stand on your own 2 feet and you stand alone, you have a strong mind. I don't go with cliques and groups and all that. If I don't believe it, I don't believe it.
If you're standing on my feet, we better be fucking dancing.
What?
If you're standing on my feet, we better be dancing. Otherwise, stand on your own.
Exactly. I had to
Well,
think
these
about that.
people often will see a new channel up and coming, and they'll invite them into the fold of their conspiracy theories and
Mhm.
kind of, corrupt them nice and
I was
early.
going to say, do they like brainwash
Yep.
them in a way?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my
I've seen, I saw a few good channels that really could have gone somewhere, just completely flatline because by the time they realized that they were being played to help somebody else grow their channel, they had no credibility to keep
Right.
doing their own channel.
It was
Be-
Right, will be.
Yeah, I'm just honestly, y'all, I'm too stubborn and hard-headed to follow along with a certain clique or a certain group or a certain narrative. I'm too.
I might
Well-
entertain it for a minute, but the whole time I'm trying to figure out if it's bullshit or not.
Yeah, and these people, they'll attack you if you say, look, that's just dumb. I mean, come on, really? Why would you think that? If you say anything like that to any of these people, you'll get attacked.
That is because they are weak-minded people. They cannot stand on their own, so they have to have an army behind them to back up what they say. That's all there is to it. That's why in here, there's people in here that have different opinions on the Brian Kohlberger case. That is completely fine with me. I don't want everybody that comes in here to agree with everything I say. If you have a different opinion, I'm happy that you do. That shows that you have the ability to think for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you go into some of these places and it's everybody thinks the same way, and if you are
It's
different
an
from
echo
them,
chamber.
yes, they will, like you said, they will attack you for it because you have a different opinion. Those are
It's the
weak-minded
hive
people.
mentality.
Yeah, that's a weak mind. You cannot stand on your own 2 feet and stand up for what you believe or what you think. So therefore, you have to run with a clique. And I'm just not that way. Like I said, I'm too damn stubborn. And I don't do fake people.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Mountain
I don't
Mama,
think
how are
I
you?
don't think it's fake, Scarlett. I think it's untruthful people. Like,
Oh no, it's fake because you can't stand up for what if you believe
it's
something
fake.
that's
It's fake
different,
too,
but you
it's
got to
also
go.
false.
If you believe something different, but you agree with what everybody else says because you need to be in a certain group of people,
Yeah.
that is fake.
Well
You're not
said.
being your true. You're not being your
Well
true
said.
self.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm such a person that like I cannot stand wrongful conviction. I hate that more than anything. I don't want to see anybody, get railroaded by the court system because it happens. It really happens.
Right.
And
Well,
so
I mean,
I try to look at both sides, from day one, even with Brian Koberger, I try to look at it, from both sides. But as we're getting closer and we see more of what's going on, it's like, I don't know, dude. The
Right.
alibi, I think, sealed it for me. The alibi that wasn't.
Oh, the alibi that's not an alibi.
that
That
he
just,
was
like, come
driving
on.
around by himself, but you can't give the place where he was driving around by himself. Like, there's nobody to say, yes, I saw that car here instead of over around the house. You know,
Yeah, there's literally no way you can get in your car and go drive, for 3 hours and not ever stop anywhere or do anything that can be verified. There's just no way to do that. Go ahead and try. Nobody can do it. Somebody's
I
going to
can
see
do
you
it.
somewhere.
I can do it. In northern Minnesota, I can do it. I can get away with it.
Go to Idaho and do it.
Probably not. Not in a city.
the
Yeah.
country,
In the
the
states, you can
country's,
get away with it.
yeah, it's very easy.
You're going to end up on somebody's Ring doorbell somewhere, but the odds of it being found, slim to none. But yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's
But if I was but Big Al, if I was okay, say I went out and drove for 3 hours by myself, right, and didn't tell anyone. Well, if I'm accused of committing a crime, I'm gonna go find every thing I can to prove that I was not at the crime scene.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah,
Well, that's all you need.
but if my cell phone was turned off,
Well, it doesn't even matter because you can Google and Google Chrome are still logging even if your phone's in airplane mode or off.
Yep.
There's people that have done videos on that where they
Still
took their
pinging.
phone, completely turned it off, put it in their pocket, and this phone could still tell even when they stepped out of a car.
The only
onto a
way that
sidewalk.
your phone doesn't ping or report is if it's in a Mylar bag.
if it's what?
In a Mylar bag.
You can drive 12 hours and never leave Texas.
Yes, ma'am.
That's very true.
I swear,
I drive from Oklahoma to Houston.
I
regularly.
swear you can drive from the southwest corner of Arkansas up to the northeast corner of Arkansas, and I swear you would drive for 4 days before you get the hell out of Arkansas. That is like the longest drive ever.
Margaret Hearn says 3 hours without stopping. Well, there's a woman who put on a diaper in Boston and drove to California and killed
Oh
somebody.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you can do it.
Yeah. But then, I mean, if you're trying to hide that well, why would you be in your own car with your own phone?
Just not everybody has the ability to steal a car.
Criminology 101.
And a lot of people, I
forgot
don't
to
understand what is with the criminals and the cell phones, but for some reason, people just forget that that phone is like the best tracking device ever developed, intentional or unintentional. And they just carry it with them because they're used to having it.
Yeah, I can pull up, you can pull up your phone and then just open up your Google Maps. Open up Google Maps and then click on your picture on the top right and go down to my timeline. You can pick any date in the past and it will show you exactly where you were.
Unless you have
on
it
that
turned
day.
off. And even if you have it turned off, there's still background pinging. that you
Mine
can
did it
see
with my
if
phone
Google.
off. Mine
I
did it
used
with
it
my
to
phone
get out of a
completely
speeding
off.
ticket.
Yeah,
I literally
I
used
think
it
you told
in
us
court
about
on a
that.
Zoom meeting, shared my screen, and said, "Here you go, Your Honor. This is where he says I was speeding. Right here it says that I wasn't."
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to forward this email, and I think I might have deleted it. Shit.
Whoops a daisy.
Well, Kenyon Taka, you're in Alaska? Oh, I loved living in Alaska. I miss it.
I don't miss Alaska.
It was so pretty.
I guess I did. I forwarded it to someone earlier today, and I guess I must have deleted it by accident, but it's not in my. What the hell?
I lived there for 2 years. Loved it.
See, this happened on another email. Like the email was there, and then all of a sudden it went away.
I lost
Huh.
a couple last week too, Scarlett. I don't know what's going on with Gmail.
Okay, remember me telling you that before?
Yep, I lost 2 last week when I was dealing with my mortgage guy.
And I have no, and I literally sent it. I forwarded it to someone earlier today.
Just disappeared
Mhm.
completely out of my email.
It's not in my trash. It's where the hell
Not
it's
in my
at?
sent, not
says
in my received, not in my saved. It was
No,
nowhere.
nowhere.
it says that it says that my location thing has been off since March 4th of 2022.
How many Gmail accounts do you have on your phone?
Me?
Yes.
Like 3 or 4.
Then I guarantee you one of
Oh,
them has it on.
oh, I'm on the wrong one.
One of your Gmails is on.
Yeah, it's probably the other one.
And depending on your notification settings with Google, they'll actually send you an email once a month and show you a map of where you went throughout the month.
Yeah, your December highlights. I got that email.
Yep, they do. They send you a freaking email. It's like, holy shit, I forgot that was on. Then you think
I
about
don't
it and you go,
care.
well, does it really matter if it's on? I don't care anymore. It's just, it's on, it's
I'm
on.
glad. I'm glad.
If
I
you're gonna
think
kill
if it,
somebody, put it in the microwave before you leave.
as a law-abiding citizen, I look at it this way: if I'm ever accused of doing something, you can have all my stuff. Look
Exactly.
through it, and you'll see. You know what I
Like
mean?
you weren't at the scene of a crime
I hate it for the speeding part of it
with your
because
phone.
I speed a lot.
What'd you say, Will B?
I said your location may actually prove you were not at a scene of a crime that you were falsely accused
Right. That's
of.
why if you're
Oh,
gonna
right.
commit a crime,
Exactly.
you just set the phone in the microwave on your way out the door and don't bring it with you. And buy a 1980 Chevy pickup truck with no GPS.
I'm just wondering if the night that this happened, if he's the guy, which is likely, because there's so much we just don't know yet that they do know, then maybe it was a very, who's doing the stalking thing, going around checking, looking through windows and all that, and it was a very spur of the moment, just urge decision. He didn't actually plan it out, or maybe he would have left his phone.
Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something real quick.
Who you winking at, Big Al?
I'm winking at Avery.
I
Said I'm a
knew
bad
it.
person. And I said, no, you have no idea. I could be really bad. I mean, but I could be a really good person too. I mean, it's depends on what's called for, I guess.
So there
And
was a
that was-
woman that she worked for NASA that drove from Texas to Florida with an adult diaper on just to jab. A jaded lover or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
remember that.
Oh God.
Yeah, as an astronaut.
There is
Wow.
just crazy people in this
But
world,
so
y'all.
she didn't have time to stop. She was just gonna piss in her britches. She had to.
That's
Great.
so gross. Like as a
I mean, it's the truth.
as a normal functioning person, why would you do that?
Like, just
Thought
pull
she was in a
over at
hurry.
a gas station or something. I mean,
I don't know. Ask any of the million people at Times Square on New Year's Eve.
oh, that is
I know you told us that.
What?
nasty.
Never mind. I don't want to
It's
know.
one of those things you just don't want to think about because now every time you see it, you're going to be like, wait a minute, that person hasn't moved for hours.
Well, like we were talking that night on New Year's Eve, like all them people standing shoulder to shoulder and you can't move, and somebody up in there didn't put no deodorant on.
It's like in Cancun. Every time I went to Cancun, I had a timeshare for 15 years down there. And every time we went, anytime they had a pool party, no more pool for the rest of the vacation. Because you would sit and watch people stand in that pool
For
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 hours.
7 hours and never get out and go to
Yeah.
the bar 35 times.
Oh,
I don't care. You're not a camel. You're peeing in the pool.
Exactly.
And so is the person next to you, and the person next to you, and the person next to you.
Weird.
You're all peeing in the pool.
And as long as
Gross.
I never see any floaters, I don't care.
So disgusting.
That
That's
is
some blurry.
nasty. There ain't enough bleach in the
Yeah,
world.
that's when I would get out.
Like the chlorine tablets and the bleach, there's not enough.
I'll never forget sitting on my
It's
balcony
true.
with my girlfriend at the time, going, "You see that guy in the pool on that bar stool? Because they had bar stools in the pool. I'm like,
Mhm.
that guy has not moved for 3 hours. He's been pounding beers and shots of tequila for 3 hours and has not got up off that stool.
Oh my
You
god.
would think the bartender would be like, "Hey, but there's a restroom like right around the corner. It's like 12 feet away." Nope,
Well,
I'm good.
I don't think the bar really thought that through, did they?
No.
So it like ruined this beautiful pool. One of these days I'll dig up the pictures of it. It just ruined this beautiful pool for me. I was like, "Oh man, you
Mhm.
fucking assholes."
Oh yeah.
That is nasty.
It's so gross. But I mean, once somebody tells you that, it's like, "Yep, yes, I'm swimming in the ocean."
Right.
At least if they piss in there, there's 6 gazillion gallons. They can't possibly pollute all that.
Right.
Yeah, but if you pee in a lake or an ocean, you really don't want to do that either. You just don't, because it
No.
opens. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
Your urethra is open during this time. Okay.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff's gonna go back up in there. That's just
Oh.
nasty.
Yeah,
you don't wanna do
worst
that.
place you can do that literally is Mexico or South America in standing water,
Yeah.
because that can go awful. That can go really, really, really bad.
How did we go this far? Scarlett?
We always go this far about this time.
Directly.
Y'all, it can be going perfectly straight, and
Yep.
somewhere it's got to take a left, like a
Yep.
sharp, hard left.
It's a sharp hard left, but an oil tanker just tipped over and spilled oil all over the road in the process.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna slide off the edge.
But somewhere it gets straightened back up, and we start going back in a straight line
Yeah.
again.
It'll happen.
Oh my! When we go back to the K bar.
Back to the K bar.
I still can't get over the fact that everybody thinks it's odd that they're seeing these K bars. That's like one of the most popular knives on the planet.
Yeah, it's Idaho. Idaho is full of hunters.
It's
what they
that,
do.
and it's like a costume accessory on top of the hunters using it. Anybody who dresses up as an army guy gets their $23 K bar off Amazon.
I think, though, a lot of people thought that this picture that I was talking about earlier with the K bar in it, it was just the timing of it. I
Yeah, they
think.
thought it was closer to the actual time of the crime.
Well, it was actually taken. It was like a Halloween party that the frat was having, and so this dude, he looked to be dressed up like some type of military dude. He had like the vest and everything on, and they had the K bar in front of it. But first that picture came out, and it was Halloween. It was a Halloween picture. But now the same person is saying that it was taken around Thanksgiving, and that the people in the back, like I said, who are dressed as ghosts with sheets over them, they are the actual people who committed the crime, and we have no idea who the hell is under the sheets. Hey,
So
Bullet.
they dressed up for Halloween at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, make it make
Makes
sense.
perfect sense. I can't think of any reason why you wouldn't do that.
Wow. So you guys know, most of you know that we've been out of our house since mid-October, did all the mold and having to have all the floors redone, which is awesome. They're finally done. We finally get to go home on
Okay.
the 26th. So I'm so excited. Got all new floors. And I talked the guys into when they redid the tile floors and the tile in the 2 showers, they put in glitter grout for me. And it is so pretty.
Oh my gosh.
It is
yes.
gorgeous. My floors and my walls just literally sparkle. Literally, it's so pretty. I cannot wait to get home. But I can't remember, why did I just bring that up?
Will
There was
you?
a different
Will
reason.
you?
I don't know,
will you
because
wait
I didn't know
long
y'all were
enough?
out of your house.
Yeah, we've been in a B&B since the middle of October.
Oh, see, I didn't know
It's
that.
been rough. But there was a different reason I was bringing that up. I'm sorry.
I hope you had good homeowner.
Huh?
Corey Lambert.
Ian, I can't forget what I'm saying.
Margaret wants to know what we think of Alec Baldwin getting indicted. I think he should have been indicted for manslaughter, not involuntary manslaughter.
Wait, what was I doing? Oh,
You were spinning in circles trying to figure out where you were.
Yes, Margaret is so pretty.
okay. All right, check your Twitter, Big Al, when you get a chance. I
I
sent a
shall.
picture. But wait, there was shit. Where did the comment go?
Oh my.
Somebody just asked me. Corey Lambert out of Mississippi. I don't, Metamom, I don't guess I have heard of that, but I'm writing the name down. And sometimes if I go back and look it up, uh,
Is he a missing person?
I don't know. She just said, "Have you heard about
No,
the
he was
man named Corey Lambert?"
Mallory with Malicious Intent is doing her second, I think her first dedicated live tomorrow on that story.
Is okay. So Big Al, is this the guy that his wife or ex-wife and her mom and dad got arrested for his murder?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so okay, all right. So yeah, I have heard of it.
And this picture looks like they took it with a Walmart camera.
But do you see how they're all dressed up? Like you've
Yeah,
got
it's
a
Halloween.
referee, you've got a referee in there, you've got
That's
a dude that's dressed
Halloween.
exactly. The dude in the middle with the cowboy hat on's got the military vest on with the K-bar. He's dressed up as a military dude. You've got 3 ghosts in the back. You've got a dude in the wheelchair who was not able. I don't think he was dressed up. But you have several different costumes in one picture.
Yep, the hockey player.
And I don't.
Golf club, which is odd.
I don't understand how, though, it went from a Halloween picture, that's what it originally came out as a Halloween picture, to it coming out around Thanksgiving.
I bet you if you took the crop off this photo, there's probably a date and time in the bottom right-hand corner that they cropped out. Like from the original picture.
Yeah.
Because this thing looks like it's been opened and closed in paint like 30 times. It's so freaking pixelated, it's not even funny. It's a horrible picture. They take this with a flip phone in like 2001.
I mean, it very well could have been. Well, no, I take it back, because the dude that's in the cowboy hat, I have seen pictures on social media of Ethan and Xana at a party outside, and that dude in the cowboy hat is in the background. But the picture itself, I don't think there's anything more to it other than that frat was having a Halloween party.
Yeah, I would say that you're correct.
But people
It's a
need
Halloween party
to
for sure.
people need to make more out of nothing to create something to pass off for clicks and views.
Something.
Well, what you need to do is go to the frat. If they have the frat website, look at their event calendar and look at what their events are. They have events like every other week.
Oh shit! Why didn't I think of
Sororities
that?
and fraternities have fucking events every other week.
Hold on, now I got to go back to the email and get the flipping name of the frat.
My
Oh, wait,
girlfriend was a Tridelt, and I got so tired of all the formal bullshit and all the parties, I just stopped going. Because it was literally like every weekend or every other weekend.
Yeah, they always have something going on with
Always.
the frats, whether it's a fundraiser, whether it's most of the time, a lot of it is
Car
fundraising.
wash or whatever.
Yeah,
It's something.
Okay.
I hated it because I wasn't in a frat.
Let's see. I should be able to just go to Google Maps and get it. The name of it. Just once I
And frankly,
see it.
the whole time I was dealing with her, I thought the sorority girls were bitches. Almost every one of them. They're entitled, rich, little snobby girls.
Oh shit! Hold on. It's one of these two. Yes, I think it's one of these two. Okay, hold on just a second. Have you ever been so tired that you can't even type?
All the time.
Okay, I need the one in Idaho. Damn it, why is the thing not working now? Somerset, tell us how you really feel. Okay.
Big Al. Did the weather get cold up there today?
Yeah, it was cold, but not as bad as it's been. It's starting to warm up.
It was like 27 here yesterday, and then today it was like 0.
Still below 0 at night.
Yeah, it's below 0 right now, I believe.
We're
Here.
in that in between. It's not really safe to ice fish yet. There's not enough snow to snowmobile, so we're really kind of quiet.
Excuse me. Okay, I think I found it. There is a picture.
Oh, I take that back. I'm -9 right now.
Where's this dude that had the cowboy hat on?
It just doesn't feel as bad because the wind's not blowing.
That's 12 below here. Feels like 26. I'm sure
Wow.
Gigi's a little bit colder. Gigi's probably like 18 below.
Oh my
Like
God,
45
y'all.
minutes up the road.
Gigi, you mean Glowbug?
Or Glowbug, sorry. Not
Glowbug.
Gigi. I was looking at the chat and I saw Gigi's name, and my brain said, "Yeah, that'll work."
Okay. So this has got to be the same one because this one has a boy that's in a wheelchair in it as well, but it doesn't say when the picture was taken. But now I need to go find the damn event calendar. Okay. Do they not have tabs on their website? What the hell? Okay, I don't like websites without tabs, and I cannot see my chat right now, so give me 2 seconds, y'all. I gotta get back in my chat. Okay. Apparently, they don't have an events calendar on their website.
It might not be public.
But there is pictures.
But I guarantee you they have one because next to the door and next to the kitchen at every frat house and every sorority house is a calendar that says this is what's going on this month.
Right, yeah, because they're always...
Has their daily menu on it, what's available out of the kitchen, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay. And honestly, it's if you look at the website, it's just a bunch of dudes dressed in jeans and boots. Like that's, I guess, what they're all about.
Sororities are much more organized for like philanthropy stuff and events and community stuff.
They do have a philanthropy tab on there that shows some stuff that they're doing, but they do have a Facebook.
But the frats, however, they're pretty much designed to be a place to drink and party.
Yeah,
they still do stuff like car washes and shit, but they're not into stuff nothing like the girls are.
Yeah, these dudes
or at
here
least they
was
weren't
like,
when I was there.
these dudes here are like chopping wood and stuff like that to give to people. That's like their main thing that I see that they're doing. I'm just trying to see like somewhere on, maybe their Facebook, they have the same picture so I can at least get a date from it. But I don't see it.
Try Google image search.
Okay, hold on, let me go. They don't really have a whole lot on their Facebook page. Like the last thing that they posted was December the 1st of 2023. But I mean, pretty much it's just like a bunch of country guys that's in it. Okay. Damn it, what month am I on? I'm in April of 2023, so I'm past the whatchamacallit.
Sunset, that is horrible.
Speaking of firewood in Texas, a Fort Worth delivery driver was unalive by a naked man who beat him to death with firewood. Oh my god. That is crazy. Uh, shit. Now I gotta go get the picture. So, mods, keep up with the what you call it, because I can't see my chat right now.
I see lots of pickles.
As long as everybody's being good, then. See, Fox 4 News. Wait, when did that happen, Sunset? People are just fucking crazy. Oh,
The
shit.
guy was unclothed.
The guy that did it to him
Oh my gosh.
was.
We just had a massive fight between students, parents, and teachers at one of the high schools here locally, or Minneapolis.
Okay, let's see. Hold on.
Like it was an all-out brawl.
Yeah, like an all-out brawl.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it's the right frat house. I did find the picture. Click on it, but then it doesn't take me nowhere. What is this? I can't go to LinkedIn. I'll have to do this later. But I mean, there's like several pictures that they have. Or it's just camo and they're hunters and they go fishing, and which very easily explains the K-bar knife. So once again, it was just something that somebody found and tried to make something out of nothing. That's all that was.
Hey guys, I am going to head out and hit my Netflix again.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good night. Thank you for coming up.
Yeah, thank you. Good night, Big Al. Good night, Wilby. Good night, JC.
Yeah.
It was good talking to you.
You too. Good night, Scarlett. Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
Deb.
Have a good night.
Have a great night. Bye.
At Labor Moon, honestly, the pig, I don't think there's anything to it. It was a frat house that was having a Halloween party. They all dressed up, all the guys did. One of them just happened to have a K-bar in the front of his vest, and they're trying to make something out of nothing. What is this here, Big Al?
That's the fight at that high. They're talking about the fight at that high school.
Okay. All right, I got it pulled up.
At St. Louis Park High School as the district investigates multiple fights. Bill Keller is live at the school with what we know right now and what happened here. Bill, good morning.
Well, good morning. We have reached out to the school district along with St. Louis Park Police. Still a lot of unanswered questions, but whatever this fight was about, it was serious enough to prompt the district to cancel classes today, let things cool down while they investigate what they are calling a safety incident. Here's what we know. St. Louis Park Police say they were called to the high school just around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon for a large fight. Now, there are videos that have been posted on social media. They showed dozens of students, boys and girls, fighting both inside and outside the school building yesterday afternoon. We're told staff members, including a juvenile response officer, intervened. Eventually, they got the situation under control, but then later, some other adults who did not work for the school showed up and began fighting with students. Police stopped a vehicle leaving the scene and arrested 2 people. Thankfully, nobody was seriously hurt, and the motive for the altercation still under investigation. In a statement, the school district says, as of now, there is no confirmation about the involvement of weapons in either of the altercations. We are actively gathering information and working closely with law enforcement to understand the full scope of these incidents, and including whether or not they were racially motivated. Now, in addition to the classes being canceled today, so have all the other on-site activities, including a girls' basketball game and any athletic practices. But Tom, no other schools in the district have been affected. They say there will be additional layers of security and safety when those students return next week.
So everything I've been told by people that I know are in the area,
Mm-hmm.
fighting at one time.
Okay, you're breaking up a little bit, Big Al.
Hear me now?
No, not now. You're not.
Okay. So there were over 100 people fighting in the first altercation. And then the parents of some of the kids that were involved came back to the school to fight with the kids. So the
Crazy.
second time around, there was like almost 100 people fighting.
Oh.
So they're downplaying the shit out of it on the news. But I guess it was like just mayhem. Just complete and total mayhem. And supposedly it all started over a stolen cell phone. Is what I heard.
Wow.
Over one cell phone.
People will fight over a cell phone, but won't fight over their kids.
I'm telling you. It's so weird.
I don't understand it. Honestly. Damn it, why is my chat? YouTube chat has just been bonkers tonight. Let's see, I have to say in the Lower East Side, New York City, when local public high school and trade schools let out at 2:30, most dangerous time to be out for elderly. Yeah. Wilby, I haven't watched their channel in several months.
They've gotten a lot more conspiracy theory.
Really?
Yeah. In the last probably 6 months.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while since I've watched them, but I watch a lot of those channels that are like the homesteading channels.
Yeah, I have to.
I watched the whole time they were building his mama's cabin. I don't know why the fuck I was so interested in that, but
yeah.
I watch some pretty weird YouTube shit too when it comes to those survival guys.
Well, this one is it's an off-grid homesteading channel, and they had moved from the city out to where they're at in Missouri, and everything that is there he built by hand. Their house, their outdoor kitchen, his mama's house, it's all built by hand. They don't have electricity ran. They're completely off-grid, but it's
I love
interesting. It's very interesting to watch them though, because like the stuff that he does, like his wife. Her stove is one of the stoves that you have to put wood in, and their little cabin is just one room on the bottom floor, and their bedroom is upstairs. It's like super tiny, and I love their channel. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot more conspiracy theory in the government, what they're doing in the last probably 6 months, and it's growing a lot too.
Yeah, it was big the last time I'd watched it.
Yeah, they're over like 1 million.
Yeah, they're really popular. They have that the homestead thing they have every year, and they're always speaking at it and all that. See, that's why you watched it, was to see if these city folks could. I mean, Jamie, honestly, like they came from a big city, but like they're making it out off grid. Like Stacy does all this, like the shit that she makes looks good.
He actually sells firewood, to help supplement a little income. That's why the video, I guess he had about this Texas story, came out.
Could have been. But yeah, I love watching the homestead channels. There's several of them that I watch.
There's a guy called Alex Wild, and I think he's Russian.
Mm-hmm.
And he digs holes out in the middle of the woods and turns them into like houses.
Oh yes, there is like
It's very ASMR. I mean, you can just like chill and watch it, and you don't have to think about anything. And
there is one, I don't
super
know what the
interesting.
channel is, but it's a girl. I don't know if she's Vietnamese or
Oh yeah,
I've
what
seen
she's
she
that.
is.
badass. That
I've
girl's
seen that. They start
badass.
with nothing, then they got a house and a pond and
Yes.
Yeah, she
Yes.
built like a swimming pool, the slide.
exactly.
It's like crazy shit out of nothing. Yeah, I like her too.
I'm
Yep.
trying to think what I would hit search when I would do that. It's been so
Bushcraft,
long since I've gotten off that.
bushcraft homes.
Yeah, it's crazy how and you don't even have to have a sound to it. You just watch it.
Oh yeah, they'll take some
They're-
bamboo poles and start whacking on them. Next thing you know, they'll have a damn
Well, this
dresser
one
or
woman,
something.
she like dug a hole down in the ground and built a little underground house under there. Had her a stove and bed and everything down in there. And when you come out of it, you don't even know it's there because of how she covered it up.
Plus, she lived on a hill and she took big bamboo shoots and cut them in half and had water running down the side of the hill, plumbing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
It's impressive what some of those people can build by hand.
Oh yeah,
Eliza, I don't think I could do the wooden stove either. Not to cook on. But I mean, she makes it work. Plus, she's got an outside kitchen also that she uses during the summer. But yeah, I don't know if I could feed wood to my stove just for me to cook. But it also does heat their house, so they do use it for that also.
I gotta share this one. Trigger warning.
Wait, what kind of trigger warning?
Fear.
I'm scared.
I gotta share this one. I'm sorry, I have to.
Does it contain snakes?
There's a monkey in it.
That don't tell me you're not answering the question. Does it have a snake in it?
It's got a monkey and a dog.
You're avoiding the question.
I shared it.
Oh hell no! I already see the damn snake. It's under the bed. Oh hell! I ain't even watching it, y'all.
The monkey's like, hey ma, you might want to wake up.
What on earth?
Maybe we'll just speed it up a little bit, get this over with a little faster. Scarlett's gonna freak out.
Oh my god! Like he just like how long is this damn thing?
I was gonna say.
There, I guess we'll skip forward.
Oh hell no! The head is right there by the damn bed. Lady, go out the door. She just left the poor monkey.
Where is the damn machete?
I gotta say, that's a huge snake. I'm not afraid of snakes.
Is it a boa?
No, it's a python.
I was gonna say.
And it's a fat one. That thing's been eating like it ain't
People.
missing no meals.
Little babies.
Yeah, little people. Sorry, Scarlett, I had to.
Scarlett, I have a friend that
She's been mad at me for a week now.
My ex best friend's twin brother is a snake breeder.
Oh my god!
And he had all of his snakes out in the garage, and he got like kind of drawers for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a little baby, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I could not imagine if one of the snakes got loose in the house. I mean, they were completely separate from the house, the snakes were, but having a baby in the house and having the snakes out in the garage, like I was just like, oh my gosh, Jared, what are you doing? But
I had breeding albino pythons, and I had one get loose for like 6 months in the house once.
What?
Yeah. It's 12 feet long. Got in the wall, couldn't get it out.
Like there are
But
some
you knew where it
snakes.
was.
It was somewhere in the walls in the house. It eventually came out.
Like
Oh.
there are some snakes that are very pretty. Okay,
I
but
think snakes are
that's
gorgeous.
no.
Yeah, the albino ones were beautiful.
Can't. Nope.
I mean, they were gorgeous. Under a black light, they were super cool.
Mhm. Yeah.
But the first time one of them bit me, I was like, "Ah, hello, Minnesota Zoo. Would you like some snakes?
Yeah.
I am
Mhm.
done now." Because my female was almost 16 feet and my male was close to 14.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty big. They're eating rabbits.
Don't do snakes.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I never really minded them until the one bit me. Once the one bit me and I realized, okay, this is bad if you're home alone.
I mean, any one of them that comes to my yard, I don't give a shit if it's poisonous or not. They don't leave alive.
No.
Yeah, outside of pet ones, I don't put up with them.
I will chop it up with a machete, a garden hoe, a shovel. I will run over it with a lawnmower.
Whatever's handy.
Yeah. Like there was 2 of them that got under our house, and I knew that they were under there during the winter, but they would only come out once it got warm. They would come out. Well, I never could catch the damn things outside of the house or out from under the house. Well, one day I was outside and I took the dog out, and he kept Klaus's. He's a very dumb dog. I will say this because he wanted to chase the snake. And okay, this one, he wasn't venomous either. Make sure I say it correctly. Not poisonous. He was not venomous, but he was one of those snakes that has an attitude, and they're very
Yep.
mean. And yeah, I chased the damn thing. A troll wasn't home, so I had to take care of the damn thing by myself. But after about 100 swipes with a machete, a shovel, and I forgot what else I got after him, I finally got rid of him.
Was it gross?
No, shit like that don't bother me. I just don't like
As long as it's
snakes.
dead.
Yeah,
You just you just want it dead.
yeah, like stuff like I said, stuff like that doesn't bother me. It's just I don't like snakes, and this thing was like 6 foot long. And
wow.
they say, well, there's a way you can tell if they're venomous or not. You have to get down and look at their eye to see if their eye
Oh
is
my
if it's
God.
round, it's not venomous. Who the hell is going to say, hey, Mr. Snake, I need you to sit still, don't bite me, just so I can look at your damn eye to see if you're venomous or not?
They do it every day in Washington, D.C.
Well, they're crazy. Seriously. The snake would no, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, they eat a lot of rodents. You'd be surprised.
Well, they can eat the rodents outside of my yard and stay out of my yard. If they
eat
come
a
in my
lot of rodents.
if they come in my yard, they're fair game. They leave dead.
Hmm.
You can tell. Yeah, you're right. Vapor's right. It's by their pattern that tells you if they're venomous or not.
I'm not gonna get down there and look at the pattern of it either.
You can see it from 10 feet away.
I ain't gonna get that close unless I got something in my hand. But there's no use in looking at the pattern at that point. Either way, if he's in my yard, he's dead. So
There are no poison vapor. There's no poisonous snakes.
yeah, it's venomous. I've been told that. You don't need to get close.
Oh. Mhm.
I'm not. That is just crazy. Now the damn thing. There's a lag between what we played and what is playing on my YouTube and on my when I have my YouTube chat pulled up, and now it's just now showing the video.
That's funny.
Jeez. Poison has to be ingested and venom gets injected. Okay, well, either way, I don't like snakes. Venomous or not. And we have found coil snakes in our yard before.
They're dangerous.
Highly.
Yes. They're very dangerous.
Yeah,
I had
there's
I had a
If you
friend.
have a barn with feed and animals in it, you won't black snakes or green snakes around. They'll eat.
not if you got chickens and shit. They'll eat every chicken and egg you got.
Well, it's kind of a 6 1/2 dozen. I know what you're saying, but if you got feeding animals, bigger animals, and
Did
plus
he,
snakes like that'll keep poison snakes away.
did he really just say if I find a coil snake to save it for him?
Yeah, Vapor, I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Yeah, the poisonous frogs are the ones that everybody wants so they can lick them.
Oh my god.
People are stupid.
Don't do frogs. We used to go frog kicking.
Oh, frog kicking is so much fun.
Oh, it is.
Wait a minute, what's frog kicking?
You
Frog
put a line on a
tastes
bullfrog
good.
and you take a gig, a 3-prong gig, and you gig his ass. And
Oh no,
cut him
you
up,
gotta
eat his
catch them by
Eat frog legs.
hand. We catch all ours by hand.
You do what?
Well,
now?
you can do that. I mean, you can do that too, but
Yeah, it is hella fun. But we
So
used to it's big bullfrogs and you take a spotlight out in the boat with you
Mhm,
and you shine it in their eyes. You can see their eyes.
mhm.
And now if you see red eyes, you don't fuck with it because that's a gator.
yeah, we put
Yeah.
Scarlet. We got an 8-acre lake on our
Mhm.
farm, and we put hybrid bullfrogs in there for a couple of years, and
Mhm.
them suckers will grow huge.
Yeah, we always go on the river, on Red River, which there's shit tons of gators in there too. So you have to be careful.
Not to run
with-
into.
Well, I mean, you're gonna see gators when you go out there at night. Like you're gonna shine probably just as many gators as you do frogs, but you just have to be careful when you're running the boat up to the frog that there's not a gator sitting there that you couldn't see his eyes.
Gosh.
Frog legs are so delicious.
I think
They're really good.
Texas
God,
chick's talking
so
about
good.
hoppy toads.
See, when I was little, we went hunting for frogs after a rain. We used to we have like the little tree frogs or
Yeah, we
whatever.
call them hoppy toads, the ones that come out.
Liza, you have to go at night because that's when you can see them with the spotlight.
When you put the light on them.
Yep.
Yeah, they're too camouflaged during the day.
Mm-hmm.
Are these like bullfrogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big,
Yeah.
big frogs.
Yeah.
Like the huge ones.
Like their legs are the size of chicken wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a big
really-
chicken wing.
They're
When
really
you
good.
hold them
though.
by the legs, and from their legs to their head might be 12 inches long or longer.
Mhm. Yep, they're really good. It's a lot of fun, except for when you have to hold the spotlight. Because then you
It's
got
funny, I
all the damn
remember-
bugs.
I remember back in in the 80s, you used to be able to go to restaurants for frog legs. Now I've actually looked them up, and you wouldn't believe what it costs for frog legs.
They're expensive.
It is
Mhm.
friggin' unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable to buy frog legs. It's crazy.
They look huge.
They're big.
Yeah, they're really good though.
Yeah, it's
haven't-
like chicken times 100. Like the best chicken you ever had.
I had
Liza, you only cook the
friend.
legs. That's it.
Yeah.
I had a friend that actually got bit by a venomous snake and literally almost like lost his arm. And I think like they asked him or, gave him this thing where they wanted to do a study on it, on what happened, and put like some of his pictures from his accident in textbooks. So he like documented everything, and I don't know if his pictures ever got in any textbooks or not, but he
Yeah.
thought that that's what was gonna happen.
That's interesting.
Scarlett, you ever been flounder gigging?
No.
That's you talking about. If you like frog gigging, flounder gigging is like 10 times funner than that.
But in flounder saltwater?
It is, but you gig them. You see,
you just see their shape and you see their eyes, but when you get them, you don't know exactly how big they're going to be. And I mean, when you get a giant, what they call a doormat, you get it up out of the water with that gig, that thing's flopping around. That's all you can do to hold on to it.
Yeah, I'm 150 miles from the Gulf Coast. And so usually when we go down there, it's just to the beach for a couple of hours and then have to turn around and come right back home.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably do some flounder gigging down there.
Probably. I know a lot of people fish off the beach down there. My daughter loves frogs. Her store bought one. Yeah, frog legs are. It's a lot of fun catching frogs. And Lady B was like, "You're scared of snakes, but gators, you're not. Gators don't bother me as long as you don't bother
Gators are not
them."
aggressive for the most part.
No, I mean we've had I think one that tried to get in a boat with us one night, but I think that's because we got too close to where it was laid up at, and it kind of come after the boat, and so we just moved, and it didn't bother us no more.
They say, Jamie said they have the rattlesnake roundup every year.
Oh, where they go out and catch the rattlesnakes?
Oh my
I
gosh.
ain't fucking with no rattlesnake. I'm sorry.
We have a ton of them out where I'm from.
That's what birdshot's for.
Yeah. Something bigger than some birdshot.
I used to take birdshot, shoot him in the head, and the head just disappears. Just poof, bye bye.
I ain't messing with no snake.
I gotta get up in 6 hours. I got a big giant birthday party coming up, so I guess I gotta go.
It's what, 2:30 where you're at? 2:20?
Yeah, they're gonna be here at 9 and 9:30 to set up.
Okay, you're breaking up or sound like you're muffled or something now.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe my internet's going to shit. It is about that time in the morning where they reset everything, so that could be.
Oh, okay.
So, well, you guys have a great night. Thanks for having me up.
All right. Well, thank you for
Al, have
coming
a
up.
good one.
Have a good night.
Y'all be good. Stay out of trouble. We'll be out working on your Minnesota care package. I'll probably send it out Monday.
I hear you.
All right.
Drink lots of water.
Yeah. We'll see you guys.
All right. Have a good night.
Oh
I'm
my,
gonna
I'm
step-
getting tired.
I'm going to step down too, Scarlett.
Yeah, I'm probably about to end it here.
Yeah, I'm
'cause-
about ready to do that myself, but it's been a good one. I've been
All right.
kind of quiet tonight. I've been kind of reserved for some reason. I've been that way all day.
Yeah, it was kind of nice to not talk just about true crime and just kind of anything else that came up.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for something big to happen though. I think it's been too quiet the
Oh,
last
yeah,
couple
for
of
sure.
days. That something's going to end up popping off.
Yeah, it will.
Oh, yeah.
So
All right, Scarlett, I'm going to jump off as well. And
okay,
I've
well,
enjoyed it. I'll see you guys around.
okay. Have a
Bye.
good night.
All
Thank y'all both for
Thank
coming
you.
up.
All right.
Well, that's just the thing, though, Scarlett, is we might have like a day where it's like, okay, but then like something's coming.
True. I mean, and it could be something big in some of the cases that we've already talked about. I just feel like
Yeah.
that's something huge.
Like another thing is going to come up.
I mean, it possibly could be like a whole new case that comes
Mhm.
up, or just something big with some of these other cases. I don't think
Yeah.
it would be Brian's, but maybe, I'm still waiting on some more information on Savannah's case.
Yeah.
So it could be something, with some of these other cases, or it could be something
Yeah.
completely new. So,
Yeah. But all right, well, I will let you get some sleep, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
okay.
But thanks
have
for
it.
having me.
Oh, for sure.
like
Thank you
it.
for coming up.
I like it when I can, spend some significant time. 'Cause,
Right. Just coming and
yeah.
hanging out with us. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, I'll let you go. But have a good night.
All right. Thanks for coming up. You have a good night as well.
Bye bye.
Bye. Let's see if they unseal the docs. Jamie, that is true. Which, more than likely, if they put it out, it'll be sometime next week for those. So, all right. I'm about to get out of here. I've got to go to sleep. Or try to, at least. So, but thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. It's been fun. Tonka, have a good night. I love you all, and I will talk to y'all next time. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the way out if you haven't already done so.